WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents
Kovacic, right side, low along the goal line, swings around the official. Kovacic still with it, gets it up high, now works it to Anderson, across to Brown. Here comes Brown, he shoots, he scores!
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
Barrett is there, gets it in front to O'Brien, blocker save as he got the shot off. May have been going wide anyway. Yeah. Schumacher races to keep it in on the left side. Now the right side to Johansson. He shoots, he scored! It may have been tipped in or not, but it's Johansson's goal.
I don't think it was.
And the Ice Bears take the lead 1-0. That is his first goal this season. And the way that the Ice Bears reacted, I think they are going to give it to Johansson.
Yeah, I don't think it was deflected at all.
With the call, here's Steve Casson.
And live from the Jones Center in Springdale, Arkansas, it is Game 2 between Missouri State and the Arkansas Razorbacks. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson along with Ryan Armstrong as Missouri State, after yesterday's big win, it was a 5-1 victory. They had as much as a 4-0 advantage and then got two shorthanded goals, Matt Matty and Saunders. And Missouri State, with that 4-0 lead, they get a power play goal, and the only goal for Arkansas, a power play affair by Colin Young, 5-1 in favor of Missouri State. That makes the lifetime record versus Arkansas at 9-4 for the Ice Bears as a Division I team. Of course, Ryan, we know all about the Division II rivalries when they were a Division II and a Division III squad, but right now Missouri State owns that, and the Ice Bears have outshot and actually outscored Arkansas 58-41 in 13 games. Missouri State is 4 of 5 of the last 5 games. They won 4 of 5 against Arkansas. They've outscored them 58-41, as I mentioned. And the Ice Bears have scored 5 or more goals 7 times this season against Arkansas. And in the past 5 games, they've outscored them 27-11. The Ice Bears also 17-3 in the last 3 games. But Ryan, you and I kind of know that you can't look at stats like that and say, oh, this is going to be an easy game. Missouri State traditionally has kind of had trouble in game number 2. So we'll see what happens today. And I talked to head coach Jeremy Law, and I said, okay, pedal to the metal kind of thing. And he says, yeah, the guys know it. We're just going to leave it at that, and hopefully that'll be the case.
Yeah, I think the guys are ready to go for sure. It's, like I said earlier in last night's broadcast, this is rival weekend, and anything can happen. So the guys are definitely ready. Ready to seal up a good weekend. I know that it will be a little bit different tonight just because Arkansas is wearing different jerseys. Last night they were wearing an alternate gray jersey. Tonight they're wearing a white jersey, which will make things a little bit easier. I talked to a couple of the players down in the locker room pregame. Said that they had accidentally passed the puck to the other team a couple times because they were wearing gray, which is a little closer to a maroon whenever you're moving that fast. So hopefully they should be able to capitalize on a good weekend and grab as many points in this league as you can tonight.
They are announcing the starting lineups, and unfortunately I thought we had a PA feed, but we do not have that. We will tell you the starting lineups, or at least the starting goaltenders, coming up in a moment after the national anthem. But again, we don't have a feed. We'll take a break and be back.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created junk email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
Back at the Jones Center in Springdale, Arkansas, Steve Cass and Ryan Armstrong. National anthem concluded, and again, we didn't have that PA feed. I hope we do have the PA feed for our penalties and goals, as I prearranged down there, so hopefully that'll happen. Missouri State in their road uniforms as they had yesterday. Arkansas no longer in gray. They will be in white today, and they will skate starting this first period from the left to the right. Ice Bears again with a big win yesterday, 5-1. And Ryan, we talked about it. I would say about 3 minutes or so after the Colin Young goal is where the Ice Bears kind of slowed down a little bit. Then they got the power play opportunity and they were able to score on that. And after that, it was a different game. But you're not playing 60 minutes of hockey.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I know you pointed it out. Coach Law was actually the one that called the timeout after the Bears received that power play. And drew up a play and kind of lit a fire and said, it's time to go to work. Let's get this power play goal and change the outcome of the rest of the game with a little bit more energy. That's exactly what happened and turned out to be a successful night last night. Right
off the draw, the starting goaltender, Josef Duzenka out of Prozac, Slovakia, 3-6 with a 4.47 goals against average and an .899 save percentage. For Missouri State, it'll be Bailey Stevens in net, 9-4 with a 2.25 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. He does have one goose egg on the board this season. 19.5 to go in the period as we play back and forth. It's Sean Foster with it. Flips it off of his own bench, and the Ice Bears are offside. They let it go. Now through the very short neutral zone. Puck comes all the way down to Trevor McLean, and McLean's pass intercepted. The Ice Bears have it. Nikita Solnikov, the only one back. Solnikov waits, he shoots, he hit the crossbar. Rebound, score! The Ice Bears that quickly, less than a minute into this contest, they get a goal on the rebound, and I believe that is going to be Bell, and Josh Bell gets the rebound goal, and Missouri State has taken a 1-0 advantage that quickly.
Yeah, just a really good opportunity, quick in this game. Wanted to get on the board quick, show some speed quick. Beller following up with a rebound right off the post there. Buries the wide open net. Bears up 1-0.
1-0 in favor of Missouri State. And boy, was that a quick one. And we'll see if we can get the replay for you. But we already know it is a quick goal. That was 52 seconds into this hockey game. And Missouri State with that advantage. And Ryan, that's got to be a positive for the Ice Bears to get that quick advantage. Something that definitely on the road you want.
Missouri State goal scored by number 16, Josh Bell. The assist to number 90, Nikita Solnikov, and number 11, Brennan Anderson. Time of the goal, 52 seconds, first period.
So Anderson does get an assist also on that. And Missouri State, as we mentioned, up 1-0. And you look at that, and you got to think that maybe Missouri State had that in mind. As you mentioned, they kind of had that idea of getting a quick opportunity, and they did.
Well, now, sure. I mean, you think about last night and the first 10, 12 minutes of the game, Arkansas had a lot of opportunities in the house there. Couldn't capitalize on them, luckily, but they knew that they had to come out tonight and have a little quicker of a start. Obviously, 52 seconds proves they met their goal, and now they just need to keep their foot on the gas pedal.
Just a moment ago, Evan Kerr sent it through the crease. There was nobody there for Arkansas. Puck is deflected, comes out to Kevin LaPlante, and off of his stick, back out. It'll be Kerr to send it back to his defense. It'll go to Dominic De La Guardia out of Flower Mound, Texas. The junior sends it up on the right side to Connor Madsen. His first shift in this series. Puck comes into the Arkansas zone. Avoiding a check was the Ice Bears' Hunter Cooley, but it goes down in low, and Arkansas will have it. Good work there by Alex Rubin, who got 2 assists in yesterday's game, although he wasn't able to gain control of the puck. Flipped into the Missouri State zone, and a short line change for Arkansas. The Ice Bears looking to do that when they can. And the puck sent down in. 17:09 to go in the first period, and a 1-0 lead Missouri State. Shot in, it's blocked. It came off of DeGuer's stick, and you know what? Bailey Stevens didn't see it, but it was blocked by Arkansas's own player. Puck flipped all the way around and to go to the far side. Down on his knees is James Williams, but it is Arkansas with possession, finally tipped away, and the Ice Bears have it, and they get it out to center ice, just far enough to make Arkansas clear the zone. Now Missouri State can do that line change. In today is Brian Schumacher. He did not play yesterday because of the flu. He's in today. Also Chad Lounder, who's chasing the puck right now. Lounder will get it to the far side. Ice Bears still trying to work it. 16.5 to go in the period. Puck to the near side boards. At the left face-off dot, it's out to center ice, and Missouri State will set it up to Austin Davis, also in today's game. Sent down in low. Missouri State with a short change. Now with 16:17 to go. It'll go to Chris Stovall. Cross-ice pass. It's blocked, but it does get into the zone. Now a backhander in front. Save Stevens. Rebound behind the net again. Goes to Corey Delisle. Tried to flip it up off the side of the goaltender, Stevens, and he holds on. 16:04 to go in the period. And a 1-0 lead. Let's see if we can catch that 1-0 goal here for Missouri State. It came after it just got out of the zone.
Yeah, it was a quick breakdown by Nikita Salnikov. Puts a shot off the right post, and at least I think it was the right post. I think it was the right post.
Right post to the goalie, left as you look at it.
Yeah, he hit the right post and went right to Bell, and Bell capitalized on the empty net there.
16:04 to go in the period. Chris Stovall comes in to take the draw for Arkansas. And for Missouri State, trying to win it was Bell. He does push it ahead, but it stays in the zone. Sent back down to Chris Brown for Missouri State. Brownie behind the net, 4 goals, 6 assists for him. Now a lead pass, it'll go to guess who? Salnikov. Down the left side, Salnikov shoots, it's blocked. Rebound in front, he gets it, and it's partially blocked again. Puck is out to center ice, it's tipped, so no icing. All the way down, Anderson will chase. Trevor McLean is there to put rough shot on him, and now we get a couple of hits. One on Anderson by McLean, and he was looking for the penalty. He put the hit up.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he was looking for there. He was the one that instigated the hit.
Puck comes down, and Bell will get it. He's wrapped around, no holding call. Goes into the corner, and Salmon waited for it at the point. So did Anderson of Missouri State, and Anderson will push it at the half boards. Now a big pile up, and we're going to get the first penalty of the game. And the referee today is Mark Marzola. He's going to call the first penalty. It's the same crew as yesterday. So Tanner Rogers and Mitchell Erickson will be the linesmen, but Marzola will call.
I think he's got Brennan Anderson. Anderson and Salmon kind of got tied up in the Missouri State corner for a little bit, then came back in. Salmon kind of got one up on him at the blue line, and then got tied up with the play on the boards. Anderson might have used that as an opportunity to take a little bit of, I don't want to say a run, but a little bit of a harder hit than usual on him. Marzola must have seen the second one, as of course always officials do.
I don't know.
Kind of popped him in there. I think he might have got a rough or an elbow. I'm not sure, but we'll see if the public address announcer.
Yeah, I don't even know if maybe I saw a slash on that, but we'll see. It's Yapello with it, as Cosmo Yapello at the point holds it in. Now the left side. Here's a shot in. It is partially blocked as Luke Gradisar regains control.
That was a great block by Derek Smith over there on the right side. That kid's a shot blocking machine.
Yeah, he did not get the shot blocker award yesterday. It went to Carson
Missouri
Warning.
State penalty to number 11, Brennan Anderson. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 4:45, first period.
Yeah, it was a roughing call apparently. So with 14:37 to go, and Missouri State shorthanded for another 119. Well, you know what they did yesterday? They got 2 shorthanded goals, and here might be another one.
Maybe.
Racing for Missouri State is Saunders. He gives to Bell. Oh, what a huge save. As the Ice Bears had a good 2-on-1, but now they're maybe shorthanded. No, Arkansas is going to change. Oh, what a nice move. As coming in was Tyler Valentin. He got past 2 Ice Bears defensively, and Stevens had to make the save. Huge save by Stevens. Puck is cleared out to center underneath the stick of Chris Stovall and back into the Arkansas zone. I think everybody was just astounded at how Valentin could move past both Ice Bears defense.
That was some speed there. That was some good speed on that player.
Watch out. Maybe they've found something out. Here's a drive in, and Stevens will hold as DeGuer gets that one. Oh, boy. And now we've get
a little extracurricular activity there in front of that. Schumacher just didn't like that Arkansas player getting too close to the Bailey Stevens there and let him know about it. better ways than using your stick, but, you know, that's what he chose to do.
See if we can get that on video here.
Oh, the little scrum in front of the net?
No, the how he was able to break free past everybody.
Oh, I think he just beat him with straight speed. I think he just beat him wide, kind of caught him transitioning from backwards to forwards, and just a fast play right there.
20 seconds to go on the power play. It's 1-0 Missouri State. Calling for a cross-ice pass was DeGeyer, and he's on the right dot, not getting it to him. Here comes Stovall down the middle. Goes the left side again. Gradisar with a shot gets deflected up and out of play. See if we can take a look at that and see just what happened on the rush in. And he just flat out beat the ice. You are right a little bit where Missouri State was kind of caught. You know, do you kind of skate backwards? Do you turn around? But in that case, it was really a good burst of speed there.
That's a tough question for any defenseman at any level, is when do you make that judgment call to go from backwards to forwards? And you know, that kudos to that player. Was it Valentin?
Valentin, yeah.
The kid's got some wheels on him. So, well, defensemen will have to keep that in mind next time they see him rushing the puck down. As he's got the potential to beat you.
Lead pass comes all the way down. This is going to be an icing call. And I did verify this ice rink is 15 feet shorter than a regulation rink.
Now, I got a weird piece of information from somebody that said the rink is actually regulation size. I didn't think so either. I said the same thing. He goes, oh, the rink's actually regulation size. It's 85-200,
nope,
except for they shrunk it up in the neutral zone. And I go,
nope,
I don't think so. I think the end zones look about right, maybe a little bit big. I know there's a little bit more room behind the net than other rinks, but if that's the case, why don't you just move the blue lines? You can paint them when you put the ice in. I'm not really sure.
Well, and the reason I know is this comes off
Do you get your tape measure out?
No, it goes off of the Jones Center's webpage themselves. They actually state.
That describes it then.
So that's the only reason I'm sticking to it. Is the Jones Center's website itself says what the size of the rink is.
I thought the same thing, Steve. When he told me that, I go, I don't know. It's
big save, rebound. Oh, what a glove save as the Ice Bears had a great opportunity. Lounder in front and a huge save by Dusenka. Puck to the corner. 12:23 to go in the period. 1-0 Missouri State. Here's Chris Brown. Keeps it in on the left side. Centers it up. Oh, loose all alone is Lounder, and he missed it wide to the right. It'll go to the near side again. Ice Bears getting some great opportunities. Oh, what a huge opportunity there. And a glove save as getting knocked down with Sasha Perron. And Perron was able to get it across to the right side to Lounder, and another glove save, but he took the hit.
That is a hard-working line there. Davis, Perron, Lounder, those are some of the guys that we rely on as a third, fourth line to really muck it out, to really grind it, and maybe they don't produce quite as much as the other lines do, but they're a hard-working line. That just goes to show what just happened last shift.
Yeah, they also add Saunders as a fourth forward on that line. This year you can dress an extra player, and the Ice Bears have done that. Now with 11:15 to go in the period, Ice Bears still with some good pressure. The B line on it for Missouri State. That is Travis Barrett, Zane O'Brien, and Jordan Bratton. Comes across the Missouri State line. It is flipped out off of the boards by Brennan Anderson and all the way down. Grabbed by Cosmo Yapello to the Missouri State line and their bench area, and Missouri State will send it up across the line once again to Zane O'Brien. O'Brien's pass goes to the far side. It's flipped out to center ice and all the way down, and Brennan Anderson is there to catch up.
Now that's that stretch pass that they used yesterday. We got to keep an eye out on that.
B-line across, and unfortunately it was Arkansas for a line change, so It was more of a clearing, but it was to maybe hit somebody.
They still had that guy back sit on the back blue line. You never know. That could be a game plan.
Exactly, right up the middle, drive missing wide as Bratton got the opportunity from Barrett. Now Barrett has it. Colin Young is putting some work on him. The Ice Bears get it to the right point. Schumacher blast in, gets deflected up and out of play. Face-off will stay in the zone. 10:51 to go in the period. A 1-0 lead for Missouri State. 52 seconds into this hockey game. Bell on the rebound, a Salnikov shot. Anderson also with an assist. And Missouri State, not even a minute old in this contest, has the advantage. Face-off to the right. As you look at it, of Dusenka, his left, off the draw. Ice Bears win it, and it's off of Smith's stick, and it comes out. Missouri State to reset. Back down with a 10:44 to go in the period. Coming up at the first period intermission, the WCHL Commissioner, Chris Perry, will stop by. He's here in attendance today. Half boards now, fans react to a hit there, but the Ice Bears keep it in. Bell, who's playing the point, now gives it up, and it'll be Warnig to get to that left side. Shot comes up the middle. We're going to get a penalty. It's going to go against Arkansas. It's a slashing call.
Not really sure who it was against, but it looks like number 2 is heading the box. I'm not sure what happened there. Kind of watching the behind, not watching behind the play, watching ahead of the play. So we'll see how the Ice Bears do on their first power play try of the night.
Daguerre will go for slashing. Missouri State on the power play, 24 for 104, 23.1%. The Razorbacks on the penalty kill, 29 out of 109 for 73.3%. And Missouri State now has 4 shorthanded goals for them.
Not a bad number to have.
Not bad at all, but they're on the power play now.
Well, let's get those power play numbers up, huh?
Yeah, head coach Jeremy Law wanted 30%, and the Ice Bears are much better than they were to begin the season. They began the season at 7.2% about 5 games in. Now the Ice Bears with Cooley behind the net. He gets pushed down. It'll go to Salnikov. Back to Cooley and around the referee. Comes up the middle. There's nobody there for Missouri State, and the puck is cleared all the way down. 1:29 to go. Missouri State has not given up a shorthanded goal against this season.
Arkansas penalty to number 2, Alex DeGuire. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 9:39, first period.
Now it will be at the half boards in the Arkansas zone. Salnikov digs it out. He shoots, and right on the doorstep was Cooley, but it's held on to by Dusenka.
It looks like they'll get the other unit out here. A lot of the B line, pretty much, and with Beller in the back. Yep, Beller and Shuey in the back. So we'll see what this combination does. I know Schumacher was not in the game last night, so he'll be anxious to let it put it on net for sure.
Off the draw, the Ice Bears win it. It goes to Bell left side, gets control of it, and will keep it along the line. Ice Bears work it. Now it'll go to Bratton. Sends it down in low. Working it to O'Brien. Back to Bratton, right side. O'Brien, right dot. Still working it. 47 seconds to go on the power play. Ice Bears again, but they're getting dangerously close to the blue line, maybe drawing people out. Here's a chip in front. Oh, and the Ice Bears worked it perfectly as Barrett got the tip in front. And you could see that as they were drawing players out along the blue line, which sometimes can be a problem and an issue, but they worked it okay, just enough to get that open area in front of the goaltender, and they were able to get the shot.
Sometimes the defensemen or the 3 on top, whether they're working a diamond or an umbrella or an overload, they'll want to draw people up high so that the people down low have a little bit more space to either make a quick pass and a shot or a tip, as we just saw, an absolute great deflection.
26 seconds to go on the power play. The Ice Bears work it, but it's Cosmo Yapello to run some interference. The Ice Bears have it now to Schumacher right side. Another penalty. It's going to go against Arkansas. The Ice Bears get the goaltender out, but he touches up, does an Arkansas player. And this one is a high stick. So Missouri State with a 2-man advantage on a high stick. That'll be called on Cosmo Yapello, and he's arguing with the official and saying, that wasn't me.
That's okay. He can argue. He's not going to win it, I guarantee you. I don't think I've ever seen a referee turn their call back. Again, didn't see that one, was watching more of the power play, but regardless, for the next 15 seconds, the Ice Bears will have a 5-on-3, and then after the 15 seconds, number 2 on Arkansas will come back out with another minute 45 left on the 5-on-4 power play.
Yeah, that'll be in number 2 for Missouri State.
Arkansas. Number 2 for Arkansas.
No.
There is
power play number. It'll be their power play.
I was saying number 2.
Yeah, power play number 2.
I don't know who that is. But
Yeah,
so
5-on-3 right now for another 11 seconds as the Ice Bears win the draw. Again, they give it to Salnikov this time down the middle. Waits, he shoots, and a stick save. But you know what? The goaltender, Dusenka, was completely screened on that, and it hit his goaltending stick.
Yeah, it was either his stick or one of his defensemen in front of him, but you're right. He was completely screened. Didn't see that shot at all. Nikita just trying to buy some time, wait him out, wait for a lane, and it grabbed something, but I'd look for Nikita to maybe run that play again here.
In 4 seconds, Missouri State will have a 1-man advantage. That's when Daguerre's penalty is over, and it is over now. Puck is cleared all the way down, so now there's 1:44 remaining in a 1-man advantage. This is power play
Arkansas
number 2
penalty to
for
number
Missouri
51,
State.
Cosimo Yapello. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 11:24, first period.
Ice Bears keep it in along the line. Here's Anderson right side. He shoots outside of the net is where it hit. Now Anderson will pick up his own shot. Goes to the left side this time, looking as everybody crisscrosses. Oh, they left it off, that is, to Solnikov. He sends it down in low. Cooley, right side, and Chris Brown has to get control. Now up top. They go again to Anderson from the left. They're going to crisscross as Anderson and Kovacic drive in. This time from Brown is saved. Rebound to the far side, half boards, and cleared all the way down. 1 minute to go in the power play. 1-0 Missouri State. Ice Bears back of their own net. It will be Anderson. 4 goals, 11 assists for the St. Charles man. Now across the line as the B-line's on. Here is Barrett. Tried to drop back to O'Brien. Taken away. Arkansas with it. LaPlante out of St. Louis. Gets a drive in. Blocker save Stevens. 37 seconds remains. And Ice Bears will work things out of their own zone. 30 seconds to go in the power play. They lead 1-0. Oh, and Colin Young breaks up the pass, and he'll clear it all the way down as the Ice Bears a little bit too slow to get something started.
That was a dangerous little pass there across. He was the last guy back, and Arkansas got a good stick on it. Could have easily turned that around for a break in there.
Barrett gets a shot partially fanned on, and the puck is cleared, sent all the way down into the Missouri State zone with 5 seconds to go in the power play. Ice Bears trying to rush it up to get a little bit of an advantage, but instead they decide with the power play expiring, we're going to go ahead and line change. Oh, a bad pass behind the net by DeGuyer.
Talk about bad ideas.
And Missouri State almost had an advantage, but here comes Arkansas, 3-on-2, saved by Stevens. As Valentin, another rush by Valentin, comes in and Stevens has to make the save again. Kerr gets it, and the Ice Bears have a 2-on-1. They carry it across the line. No offside. Play continues. Here comes De La Guardia. He'll send it in and rim it all the way around the boards. Far side, as it was let go by Smith, comes to the left side now. Spun around by Connor Madsen. Up the middle, Madsen looking for it. An Ice Bear fell down. Now taken away by Gradisar. Luke Gradisar gets it over to De La Guardia on the left side, or the right side actually. Left as the goaltender looks at it. And the puck is cleared out to center. Here comes Missouri State. Cooley drags it to himself. Waits, gets checked by Kerr. Now sends it over to Alex Rubin up the middle. Cooley with a backhander off the side of the net. Cooley gets his own rebound with 5:33 to go in the period. 1-0 Missouri State. Nice move as they give it over to Carson Warnig. Keeps it in the zone and drops it down in low. It'll go to Alex Rubin. Half boards now as the puck was taken away from him, and Kerr will have it for Arkansas. Left to right in the Missouri State zone. Stevens will stop it there, and it's Arkansas with a line change. Ice Bears on the next time up. 5:12 to go. The only forechecker right now is Trevor McLean for Arkansas. Now Missouri State in their own zone. They'll work it to Sasha Perron out of Sauk, British Columbia, Canada. 4:57 remains in a 1-0 Missouri State lead. Ice Bears break out a 2-on-2. Trying to get it in the zone is Derek Smith, and just a little bit too fast was Hunter Saunders. Offside with 4:50 to go in the period. Commissioner having fun?
We're having fun too. I know you brought up the fact that during the first intermission, Christopher Perry, the WCHL commissioner, is going to be on, and I think in the second period we're going to answer a couple public questions. So if you have a question about the game or about anything at all, really, I guess, go ahead and put it on Missouri State Hockey's Facebook page, and we'll do our best to answer them. I know we've got a couple interesting ones already.
Yeah, we have a post up there. It says Q&A. Just go ahead and go to Missouri State Hockey on Facebook and add your question. And not saying we're going to pick all of them, but we'll pick some of the interesting ones.
Sorry, Bones.
4:26 to go. Ice Bears have it out of their own zone. And quickly, nice to stay onside is Sasha Perron. He waits, he shoots through traffic, and a save. Dusenka couldn't hold on to it. Ice Bears have it again. Saunders up the middle, and Perron had it tipped wide. Now there's a huge hit applied to Davis. He checks through it, and it's sent down in low. 4:05 to go in the period. It's almost a Wilson hit.
That was a good hit. That was a good one. He kind of saw that Davis was a little slow to get to that puck, and Davis would have still beat him, but he just wasn't moving at full speed, so he decided to say, you know what, I'm going to make sure that you don't get this puck.
Now puck comes up the side of the net, up the middle, and Gradisar couldn't grab it, but the Ice Bears can. Here's Solnikov, head down, looking at the puck, skates right through, pushes it into the corner. Now it will go to Andrew Kovacic. Back to Solnikov. He'll work it around. He is checked by LaPlante of Arkansas. Gets it to the half boards. De La Guardia, or not De La Guardia, that is Gradisar, is not able to clear it. Ice Bears still keep it. They change on the back end. Missouri State with it. Now here's a blast in by Solnikov that goes wide to the right. Near side boards, 3:14 to go. Here's a shot again as the Ice Bears pepper. That one came off of Kovacic, and it's cleared. Gradisar will have it for Arkansas. In the Razorback zone, following is Young. He shoots, save Stevens. Rebound in front, save again Stevens. Young gets it over to the left side. Now Gradisar with it. Up to Young again. He's all alone. He shoots, save Stevens, and it's cleared. Oh, what a huge save by Bailey Stevens. All alone was Young. And Stevens looked like Jonathan Quick. He got down so low and was able to prevent anything going into that net.
Great sequence of saves there by Bailey Stevens.
Absolutely by Stevens. 2:34 to go in the period. And still a 1-0 game thanks to Bailey Stevens. And maybe we can get a look at that a little bit later on.
Yeah, I'll let you know. It's not zoomed in too well, so.
Yeah, I got to get a... No, I don't. And we're going to get a penalty. It goes against Missouri State. Arkansas has it, and the Ice Bears touch up. And the first penalty, which will result in a power play for Missouri State. And it's going to be Schumacher. Take it back. This is the second one.
Well, he's got an interference penalty. I'm sure there was a little frustration in front of the net and trying to box somebody out a little bit harder than he probably should have. So Shuey's going to sit in the box. 2:15 left in the period. 2-minute penalty. This is going to be a major kill for the Ice Bears.
Off the draw, the Ice Bears able to get it, and here comes a lead pass. All alone, Matty, he shoots, and a big save by Dusenka.
Yeah, he didn't have all that one, so he made sure that he stayed put. And we're going to go to the left side of goaltender number 90. What's 98?
That is Josef Dusenka, 96.
Josef Dusenka. Well,
he's out of Slovakia.
He's out of where?
Slovakia.
Oh, boy.
Well, the one thing that the Ice Bears have, as I mentioned, they have now 4 shorthanded goals this season, and
hold on now. Arkansas has a power. That needs to come out of the zone. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're in the right zone.
There's 2 minutes.
Arkansas just got a 2-minute penalty, so now we're bound to 4-on-4.
They did.
I really didn't see that one either.
And this one, I'm not exactly sure what for, but the power play's over. It goes to DeGuire.
Missouri State penalty to number 81, Matt Shoemaker. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 17:45. Arkansas penalty to number 2, Alex DeGuire. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 17:54.
So it's a 4-on-4 now, and the good thing is, barring any further penalties, these will all expire here in the first period. Chris Brown gets it up the middle, and the Ice Bears are slow to clear it. It'll be Gradisar to keep it in. Sends it to the far side around Young. Here comes Missouri State across the line now to go to Barrett. Back down to Solnikov as he's falling down. He gets a shot off and a good save by Dusenka. Puck is cleared out to center ice. Line change for Arkansas. Ice Bears tip it in the zone, but they think better of it, and they're going to set it up again. Now far side. Here is Derek Smith. Drive in, gets deflected up and out of play. 1:04 to go in the period. And a 1-0 lead for Missouri State, and just unbelievable saves by Bailey Stevens. And again, hopefully we'll get a chance to kind of take a look at that save sequence. But Stevens came up huge, absolutely huge on that set of opportunities, and we will probably have to wait until later on to get that for you. Meanwhile, Ice Bears had possession in the puck. Bell, as he did, had the stick knocked out of his hand. Missouri State does clear the zone. They didn't touch the puck, so even though it entered the zone, they didn't touch it. Not offside. Puck is back in the Arkansas zone. Bell spins around. A potential check by Foster. Ice Bears steal it, and a save, as it was Kovacic on the right faceoff dot to get a shot. 33 seconds remaining, 25 and 17 respectively in the penalties to Arkansas and Missouri State. Now here comes LaPlante. Gets it on the left side. LaPlante gets around Warnig, and Warnig thinks better of it and checks it away from him. Now 18 seconds remaining. 1-0 Missouri State. Steve Casson, Ryan Armstrong, thanks for joining us. As Missouri State will be home next weekend. Final games of 2018, that'll be against Illinois State. 7 o'clock both nights, Friday and Saturday. And that'll do it for the period, as the Ice Bears have a 1-0 lead, and a big thanks to Bailey Stevens. Still trying to find the save sequence here, and I think I've found it. We'll take a look at just what was an absolutely unbelievable save sequence by Stevens. So it starts as it comes into the zone. Stevens makes the first save. Play continues on as Arkansas just seems to be peppering Stevens like crazy. Comes out, makes a huge save there, and that, if it wasn't for that big pad save, it would have been a different situation for Missouri State. But Bailey Stevens comes up huge for the Ice Bears. And for Missouri State, they come away with period number 1 leading by a count of 1-0. 52 seconds in, Josh Bell, his 7th. Nikita Salnikov and Brennan Anderson with the assists. Power plays, each team were 0 for 2 on the power play. And the way it's working, Missouri State with 3 penalties for 6 minutes. I take that back. That's Razorbacks, 3 penalties for 6 minutes, and Missouri State 2 for 4. We will take a break, and when we come back, we will hear from Chris Perry, the WCHL, the Western Collegiate Hockey League Commissioner, and we'll do that in just a moment. After 20 minutes of play, Missouri State leads 1-0.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
We're back at Springdale, Arkansas, in the Jones Center. Steve Cass and Ryan Armstrong. Now joining us is the commissioner of the Western States Hockey League, and Chris Perry. Chris?
Hold on. The Western States Hockey League?
Oh, did I say that? I did, didn't I?
Western
Oh, my God. Western Collegiate Hockey League. I'm just testing you to make sure that you know what's going on, right?
We're going to go right here.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I know.
Hold on. Break it up, you two. Break it up.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Fighting
If
words.
you've seen our texts over the years, people would think we don't like each other for some reason. but the Western Collegiate Hockey League in Chris Perry, good to have you.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
First time we've actually met at a road trip. I mean, other than nationals, you know, I don't really go on road trips anymore. So.
Oh, okay. I guess that's. I thought we'd met a few times. You know, maybe in Oklahoma once or twice.
Oh,
but,
that's true. Yeah, we did.
yeah.
But that was a preseason affair, wasn't it?
Okay. All
So
right.
you can't count that.
You can excuse all you want. I think we've met
It
once or
sounds like
twice.
a road trip to me.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. I was just trying to make this meeting sound really good.
This is,
but-
and it's extra special.
okay.
So don't worry. This is really good, and it is extra special.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. Sounds good.
I'm so happy to be here.
So, Chris, of course, you get to see a goal 52 seconds into the hockey game.
Yep.
Obviously, an important situation. But let's talk about importance for you. Of course, as the commissioner of the league, you're the guy that you send me a piece of paper and says, this is what your schedule's going to be. And I look at it and I change a couple of things and I say, okay, sounds good. But seriously, it's got to be a lot of work to kind of go through and figure out schedules for 8 teams and, you know, figure out the road situations, the traveling situations, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure your wife wonders what you're doing on the computer late at night, right?
Well, she's wondered that for many, many, many years before we got into hockey. But that's a whole other story.
Hey-o.
But yeah, it's difficult. You know, putting the schedule together is kind of it's a lot of fun, but it also can be it's a chore because you got to make sure that you have certain building issues Obviously, with the Ice Bears and the Express sharing a building, we couldn't, schedule games at the same time. We have big football issues that we have to avoid, most notably at Colorado, because their rink is right next to Folsom Field. We also have building issues down in Tucson, because they share the arena with the American Hockey League team that's down there. And so, it can be challenging. And then there are other events, like up here in Fayetteville. They don't want anybody, they don't want to host home games during the big biker beers and barbecue fest that they have up here, or whatever, the 3 Bs, beer, biker, and barbecues, and blues. And
that sounds like 3 good Bs, though.
Well, it sounds
not for a hockey game atmosphere, but, like to go out and enjoy the weather and barbecue.
And I think that's why they don't want any hockey games, to allow the guys to enjoy that.
Too much to do in town.
Yeah.
It's kind of like us with our homecoming. The players, they really wanted to attend homecoming, and for the second year in a row, we're actually going to schedule them time to have that homecoming.
Well, they need that time off, a little bit of time to enjoy college.
A
certain number of games are crucial for the league, crucial to make it to the national tournament, crucial to be a good team, but they also need to enjoy themselves as college students. So I think certain weekends off are important, but at the same time, they've put a lot of time and dedication into playing college hockey, so they need to understand that when it's time to play, it's play, and when it's time to have fun, relax.
Well, and that's part of the thing that we try to incorporate into the schedule, right? Is time off so they can go to big, like for Oklahoma, they like to go to the Oklahoma-Texas football game. We incorporate that. You always ask for homecoming off. There are other things. Colorado State has a particular thing, I forget what it is right now, but they ask for it off. And it's to allow, we have to remember, the kids out here that we're rooting for, that they're playing 60 minutes of hard action every other night, it seems like, they're also college students, and they've got class commitments. Heck, they're getting ready to come up and take finals. So, they're not just, this isn't professional hockey, this isn't junior hockey. These kids are actually going to school, and we want them to have that full, this is just part of the experience. This isn't the experience. Going to school, going to class, having fun, getting to know, people, getting involved in other things other than hockey and other than school.
Would you say the 3-game mentality, and for everybody listening, I'm not sure if you know, but in the Western Collegiate, we play 3-game weekends where we'll play a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, versus the other leagues, which primarily play 2-game weekends.
Yep.
Do you think that has a part of it? Maybe knock off 1 or 2 road trips a year, because we're getting our games in a shorter amount of time. We're playing 3s instead of 2s. Well, do you think that has a little bit to do with kind of taking into consideration giving these guys an extra weekend here or there, or giving them some more time?
There's no doubt. We do the 3-game weekends simply because geography is not our friend in the Western Collegiate Hockey League, right? A road trip is not, I always say, it's not Kalamazoo to Grand Rapids, right? A road trip is, except for these rivalry games, Missouri State, Arkansas, Arizona State, the closest thing is 6, well, maybe not the Ozarks to the Oklahomas, but everything else is far away. The Arizonas, their closest trip is Denver.
Yeah.
The Oklahomas, except for Missouri State and Arkansas, their closest trip is, St. Louis, 6, 8, 7 hours away, whatever it is. So, I think, Ryan, to answer your question, that, the fact that we kind of packed some league games in, 3 games in 3 days, 6 times a year for people, that gets you 18 games in 6 weekends versus 18 games in 9.
Yeah, it's also good preparation for the national tournament as well. I think that's probably the more important thing, is it gets you ready, because in the national tournament you have to be able to play 4 games in a row. Regardless, you have to play 4 in a row. Teams that are playing 2s and 2s and 2s all year, that 3rd, 4th game, they're gonna find something new.
You're absolutely right. I would get a lot of flack from folks around the ACHA about how we're the only conference that doesn't have a playoff, and how the playoffs are what galvanizes teams so they can go make a run at nationals. And of course, the fact that we've won 3 of the past 5 national championships kind of belies that notion. And I think, Ryan, it's exactly what you're talking about. Our guys, our teams, and our coaches know how to manage 3 games in 3 days. They know how to, because it's not just managing 60 minutes a night, it's 180 minutes in a weekend, and it's 23, 24 guys on a roster.
Grueling.
That's
physically
right.
Grueling. The coaches now carrying their rosters a little bit differently. You have to plan for that kind of stuff. Jeremy Law, in his 2nd year of coach here, has has started to figure that out a little bit more precise, where there's a certain number. Now, obviously, every year for every team is going to be different. Injury bugs happen, grade issues happen. You pick up players, you lose players, that happens. But you have to account for changes will happen. Whether they're good or bad, they will happen.
Yep.
But
you're right. Our WCHL league schedule does get teams ready for nationals better, I think, than schedules from other conferences within ACHA Division I.
You know, one of the things that we've kind of been accused of is because Missouri State is kind of now, I don't want to know if you want to call it a tradition or not, but we play a lot of games.
You do.
And, you know, I don't know if that makes us ready or not. Obviously, you want to make sure you're healthy as you get into playoffs. But next year, we've kind of tweaked a couple of things. And believe it or not, we're going down to 40 games next year.
Only 40?
Only 40. But we're getting down to that. So, you know, we've cut off some things here and there. But what I wanted to get to next is something that I'm sure you're getting phone calls and emails, and I've already talked to people. But with the now 14 to 16 new teams that are coming into ACHA Division I, a lot of them are in the Missouri area, close to the Missouri area.
Yep.
I'm sure you're getting contacted by other teams, say, hey, we'll put this team and this team together. Can we come in? I'm sure they're talking about things like that to you.
Well, a little bit of full disclosure. There are 12 teams coming in. To the ACHA Men's Division I. 11 of them will be brand new, will be affiliated with the conference. One will be an independent, Grand Canyon University. I'm affiliated with one of those new conferences, Midwest Collegiate Hockey, and it's the one that's on basically this side of the Mississippi River, or let's say this side of the ACHA. How about that? Because it's 3 teams in the St. Louis area: Lindenwood, Belleville, Maryville, and McKendree, along with Northern Illinois, Illinois State, and then we have Midland and Nebraska and Waldorf up in northern Iowa. And those teams, what had happened was the NAIA, it's a 16 thing. It had fallen apart. It had
the experiment died.
Yes, and there were 3 teams in the Michigan area that were going to form their own conference. They were actually going to join something called the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. And it was going to leave the 3 teams out this way, Midland, Waldorf, and Belleville, kind of hanging high and dry. And so, you know, in order to help them and help the ACHA, we formed the Midwest, the MCH. It's going to start play next year. It'll have 7 teams. For the most part, they'll play a 20-game season. Illinois State, only because of scheduling commitments, they'll only play 16. And then they'll have a playoff that's going to be hosted by Maryville University in late February, and we'll see how that works out. The thing I liked about it, and this is just me speaking as the commissioner of the Western Collegiate Hockey League, I liked that we were bringing in teams to Men's Division I, and they were self-contained, because the last thing, God bless him, I love Jason Cerrone, the head coach at Midland, but every time I saw him, he'd say, hey, what's it going to take for me to get into the Western Collegiate Hockey League? And the coach at Illinois State, Bobby Donardi, was always asking the Central States Collegiate Hockey League, hey, what's it going to take for me to join the CSCHL? These guys are now coming into Men's Division I, and they're in a self-contained own little conference. So they're not going to be bugging us to join us. They have their own conference. Now they'll be bugging us to get extra games here and there. But they're not going to be pestering us about, hey, can we join up? And I've got to explain the travel partner concept to these folks over and over and over again. So it's... I know that expansion is fraught, and sometimes it's kind of frowned upon. But the fact that these 2 conferences are coming in, the Midwest Collegiate Hockey and the WHAC, they're coming in as self-contained units, I think will kind of minimize the impact that they'll have, because they're not coming in and interfering with existing ACHA stuff. They're kind of doing their own thing.
Talking with Chris Perry, the commissioner of the Western Collegiate Hockey League. Now, Chris, the other thing that I believe I read in the rules, because one of the questions was, okay, so if you have leagues, which these 2 leagues will have a winner, and that winner will get auto bids. Well, now it used to be you have to be 17 or below. Well, if you get auto bids, maybe you have to be 15. But that doesn't count for 2 seasons, correct? The first season, they're not eligible, and then the second season they are. Is that correct?
That's right. It won't go into effect next year for the 19-20 season. The 19 to 20, they're
not eligible.
Neither one of those conferences will have an auto bid. After that, they'll be eligible. to have an auto bid.
For teams that are really bothered or wondered or saying, okay, now we have to jump even higher in the standings to get by, they have 2 years to worry about that.
They have 2 years to worry about it, but let's face facts. Michigan Dearborn is going to be one of those teams in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference to rank number 2. They're not going to be. They're going to get, if they were doing it right now, their auto bid would be number 2. They wouldn't be eating anything up.
Correct.
From the top 20. Now, Midland, when they were in the ACHA 2 years ago, they came in, I believe it was number 15. And so they, too, would not eat up an auto bid. So I think the impact is going to be minimal in terms of it. The threat is definitely there.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But I think in reality, when the rubber hits the road here, when these two conferences join, I think the better teams in each conference will already be ranked in the top 20.
So I'd like to look at that from a devil's advocate kind of standpoint and say, I love the two-year kind of grace period, because that kind of gives them a chance as a new league to kind of earn their credibility and to kind of strengthen their league.
Yeah.
So when they start putting teams in for auto bids, that they are really relevant teams. That they are, it's no fun to go play a team from out east who's ranked 43, but because they're the highest, they get in. That doesn't help anything. That just waters down the tournament.
No, if you look
so
at
if
it,
you give them 2 years, that strengthens their league.
Yep.
Then the team that they send forward as their national tournament, their national bid, maybe they've got another one along with it that cracks the top 20. I think it's going to do nothing but help their leagues get stronger. But I agree. That's a great idea you guys put together.
I hope. Well, it's not my idea. I'll give Brian Moran all the credit.
There you go.
Well, you were the stand-in big guy for a little while at the ACHA. We know this.
Yeah, I'm wearing the black hat. They got rid of me, so thankfully.
Chris Perry, you are more than welcome to stay, or if you want to be a fan, you're more than welcome to
I'm going to go watch a hockey game. All right. Good luck to the Ice Bears. And Ryan and Steve, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much. That's Chris Perry, the commissioner of the Western Collegiate Hockey League, joining us the first period intermission. But we are now ready for period number 2. Missouri State skating from the left to the right, and Salnikov with a drive that misses wide to the right. The Ice Bears keep it in. They lead 1-0 here. The only goal 52 seconds in, and Bell gets his 7th. Salnikov and Anderson with the assists. Ice Bears back in their own zone as we are, 5-on-5 to start this period. Bell will have it right side, comes right through the slot, and Bell will chase his own pass. Off of his stick, and Arkansas is there. Oh, they had a man breaking. That was Gradisar, but Sean Foster did a spin around, and that took him out of looking for Gradisar, and the Ice Bears caught up to that. Meanwhile, the shot comes up and out of bounds, out of play, that is, with 19:21 to go in the period, and a 1-0 lead for Missouri State. That's where you kind of have to look. That's where you kind of have to look on the ice, Ryan, and kind of spot where your guy is. And he just did a 360 to keep control of the puck. Didn't realize Gradisar was breaking.
Yeah, no, kind of a lucky break for us, but at the same time, everything worked out for the best.
Ice Bears will run it down into the Arkansas zone. It'll be swung around with 19:07 to go. Puck is flipped up over Carson Warning and all the way down and back into the Missouri State end. Grabbed now by Trevor McLean. Ice Bears slowly get it out of their own zone. Now the beeline on, and here comes a pass. It'll go to Zane O'Brien, left side, and a blocker save as he got the drive off. Dusenka. Arkansas, they work it out to center ice. Missouri State will gain possession. It'll come to Salmon. Cross ice pass. Warnig will tip it out to center. And with 18:39 to go in the period, Missouri State will pressure Arkansas in their own zone.
I don't know why I still laugh every time I hear that last name, Salmon. Different last name. You don't hear that every day.
No, you don't. Puck across the line. Ice Bears will give it out to center.
That was a close pass. They were trying to find number 12, Travis Barrett, for a breakaway. Almost had it. Arkansas player reached behind him and grabbed it, though.
Barrett with a shot, and it's held by Dusenka with 18:17 to go in the period, and a 1-0 lead for Missouri State. Ice Bears get the first goal. Yesterday they got the first goal, but that was at 15:35 of the period. So Missouri State, 2 games in a row, they take the lead. Barrett yesterday got his 11th. Puck is cleared, and here's a 2-on-1 for Arkansas in the Missouri State zone. Kerr gets around a sliding defensive play by Missouri State, and a huge play there by Schumacher to break things up. 17:59 remaining. Schumacher lost it. Here's Kerr up in front. Drive, score! Connor Madsen will get the goal as Missouri State threw it up in front, and it's a 1-1 hockey game.
It kind of looked like a little miscommunication between defensive partners Brian Schumacher and Bradley Anderson, as the puck looks like it might have gotten stuck up in the water behind the net, and quick stop behind the net, found his Arkansas player, a fellow player, the goal scorer, crashing into the below circle, fed him there. Looks like it beat Bailey Stevens, just low 5-hole on the ice. Unfortunately, we are all knotted up with 17:51 mark of the second period.
So Missouri State, who scored in the first, gives up one here in the second. This one coming at 2:09 of this period. Madsen will get the goal, and for Connor Madsen, that's his third of the season, and will catch the assist from the public address announcer in just a moment. But the Ice Bears, who now see this game tied, will have it back behind their own net, or the Arkansas net. Sasha Perron's there. He's going to work hard. Digs it out to Lounder. He shoots, save, rebound, and a backhander right on the doorstep. As the Ice Bears, Saunders got that backhander. Now they come in again to Lounder with a shot, and it misses. Saunders again. Cross ice as Missouri State playing tic-tac-toe along the goal line. Now they'll line change with 17:02 to go in the period. Comes over to Jackson Chrysler. He's behind the net. Sends it over to LaPlante. He can't clear it. Ice Bears hold it in. Along the line, it is still held in.
Arkansas goal scored by number 16, Connor Madsen. The assist to number 3, Evan Kerr. And number 8, Chris Stovall. Time of the goal, 2:09, second period.
There you go, enthusiastically from the public address announcer. So Madsen is third, Kerr
Looks
and
like we've got a
Stovall.
delayed penalty. Bailey Stevens is to the bench. This is going to be an Ice Bears power play coming up.
Yeah, it will, with 16-17 to go in the period. High stick is the call. And this will be the fourth penalty.
Number 12 on Arkansas is really trying his case, but I don't think he's going to win it. I don't think he's going to win that argument.
LaPlante will go then, 2 for high stick.
I know the referees and the stands up here don't like the call either, but you know what? After a 1-1 tie-up there, not really the smartest thing you can do when you've got a little bit of momentum. Hopefully Missouri State can capitalize on this, as this is a very important power play.
As the Ice Bears in a 1-1 deadlock here in the second period. Anderson sends it in. Missouri State on the power play, 23.1%. They've scored 24 out of 104. Shot tipped high, and it's going to be played with a high stick, but it's touched by Arkansas. Ice Bears can still work it. Now shot along the goal line, and Solnikov's asking, why didn't you get in front of it? Well, it was too hard of a shot, Nikita. He'll have it again. Left side, breaks past one man to Cooley down low, working at high slot. Kovacic, and he hit the outside of the post, and it gets deflected up and out of play. You can't fault for Missouri State for what they did. They worked it very well. They're
definitely working the puck on the perimeter. It's just that cross ice pass that we've got to work on. If you can utilize the ice in two different sections, one side and the other, split from the middle of the goal, and you can move that puck from one side to the other quickly and get a shot off, that's going to be a goal a lot of the time.
15:39 to go and 1:21 remaining in the power play. Ice Bears keep it down in low from Brown. Now it goes to Cooley. Looking, but there's nobody in front.
Arkansas penalty to number 12,
work it
Kevin
again.
LaPlante.
Cooley
2
still
minutes
with
for
it.
high sticking.
Gets it up behind the net.
Time of the
Now
penalty,
here
3:44,
is
second period.
Solnikov over to Kovacic. It's off of his stick and cleared on the backhander all the way down by Drew Hill. Ice Bears Anderson. He'll set it up with 58 seconds to go. Anderson slammed into the boards.
He's going to grab that one too.
Yep.
Completely unnecessary.
Cross check.
That's going to be a cross check there. Anderson just skating that puck down. Number 94 there. I'm not sure what his name is.
That is Drew Hill.
Drew Hill just kind of gives a little extra chop in the back to Brennan Anderson. Kind of a dangerous position there. And Ando takes a little bit of a spill behind the goal line. Looks like he's fine. Looks like he'll probably be out on the power play here, but a power play next group. But Ice Bears go 5-on-3 for the next 53 seconds. And looks like the B line is out here with Josh Bell and Brian Schumacher on the point. let's see if they can work the puck around.
That's their number 1 power play unit. We'll see what they can do. At least, number 2 right now. They're going to work that as number 2. 15 minutes to go in the period. Now, as the Ice Bears have it, they give it over to Jordan Bratton. Left side, right side, crisscrossing with Schumacher. Now he's down the middle. He shoots, and it's gobbled up by Dusenka.
Not a lot of traffic on that. They work the puck real well up top. Again, they've got to get that side-to-side movement going, because if that goalie sees the puck straight in from the top of the slot, he's going to make that save 90% of the time.
Yeah, the Ice Bears tried it earlier, and they were getting the movement. They just weren't getting it really on net. 14:50 to go in the period. It will be Bell again, left side, now to the right side from Schumacher. Switching now with Bratton, that is. Bratton to Barrett. He shoots. It's blocked. Where is it? Ice Bears can't find it.
Arkansas penalty to
and
number
now it's
94,
cleared out the
Drew
center.
Hill. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty,
14 seconds
4:51,
remaining in the
second
power
period.
play. In the 2-man advantage. Now there's 9. Across the line and getting slammed into the boards was Barrett. Here comes Schumacher. His pass gets deflected, and it's held along the line by Barrett. Now it's a 1-man advantage for 107. Cross ice to Schumacher. He waits, gets it over left side and to the right side. It's deflected. Oh, here might be a break. An Ice Bear fell down. Rushing in all alone is LaPlante. He shoots, saved by Stevens. By the time the Ice Bears caught up, he really wasn't alone. Here comes Bell, tipped in front as they give it over to Zane O'Brien. And Missouri State trying to do the same thing that Arkansas just did, and Stevens will have to stop it there. We're going to get a couple of players tangled up in front of the Missouri State bench. One of them is DeGuyer. The other one looks like it's Bratton.
Yeah.
And are they going to get them both?
Yeah, I think we're going to stay 5-on-4 here for 39 seconds. But this looks like they both evened them up. A little coincidental.
3 penalties, 6 minutes for Missouri State. 6 penalties, 12 minutes for Arkansas.
I would assume we're 5-on-4, but they're starting to put stuff up on the board, which makes me think it could go 4-on-3. I don't think that's going to be the case.
I wouldn't think so either, unless the officials are talking it over. Maybe they'll change it.
Yeah, they might do that.
So, did Marzola just call for somebody to come off the bench?
I think he's explaining to Coach Law what's going on. As of right now, we've just got 2 minutes up for Bratton on our side and nothing up on the Arkansas side. Hopefully we're not in a situation where we have another added on.
But they have 2 in the...
Yeah,
is that 2 in the...
Yeah,
no.
They've got 2 in the box because they had the original penalty in there, the 39 seconds left. And it looks like that is the case. We have 2 different 2-minute minors. So number 6, Bradley Anderson, is going to go in there and serve the 2 minutes that's on the clock. And then after the original 2-minute penalty that Bratton had, they must have been jawing at each other. They both get 2. So it will be 4-on-4 even strength that is taking us off the power play there. And it looks like Bratton is going to have to sit another 2 minutes after the penalty clock.
Or they
expires.
both got...
They both got 2, and then Jordan had the extra 2 for the original penalty.
Okay, so you're saying 2 cancel out because we already have a penalty on the board.
They're
and then
just
the
they just don't go on the board. Yeah, so we're going to basically knock ourselves off the power play, which really this should come outside the zone, guys. But you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm not down there on ice level. We'll keep it in their end. But
we'll wait to see what happens. And if folks are wondering. Yes, Ryan Armstrong is a referee. He referees in the ACHA, so he knows what he's talking about.
Steve,
except for
I gotta confess, I owe you a Coke.
Thank you.
I was wrong last night, and it was a circumstance regarding game misconducts and 10-minute misconducts and what needs to be recorded and what's reported and how the score sheet looks. And I got to give it to you. You were right on it, and I owe you a Coke. I don't know if you want a diet or you want a cherry Coke or what, but I got you a Coke tonight. So.
Well, if it's anything like as Bailey Stevens has to make a save, Kevin Gregory's Diet Coke that he serves in scorers table as Kevin's joining us.
Kevin? that lukewarm Diet Coke.
Lukewarm stuff. Welcome,
How do you
Kevin.
drink hot Diet Coke? I just don't get it.
Well, when you're down there in the box so much, it's already cold enough. You don't need any ice.
So you just get a hot one. Yeah,
That's true.
You're a spicy kind of guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
I keep it spiced down there in the Cokes. That's right.
All right, here we go as it's Solnikov coming across the line. We're 4-on-4 for another 12 seconds, and then it'll be a power play for Arkansas. That'll be their third of the game. With 4 seconds remaining, Arkansas to set things up. It'll go to Sean Foster. And now with 1:21, Missouri State is shorthanded. Arkansas across the line. Here's Gradisar blast in, save Stevens. He'll hold on with 12:59 to go in the period. And 1:12 remaining in the power play. Second intermission, we will answer your questions.
As many of them as we can. Some of them, CJ Young, we will not be answering.
Go to Facebook, and we have a Q&A Facebook post, and we will answer your questions. There are a lot up there. And Kevin Gregory, yours will not be answered either.
It's too bad.
Puck flips in with the clock finally starting to run. It's up the middle, and the Ice Bears are able to get it out. Here's Bell, just enough to get it to center ice. Bell gets back on side. Saunders shoots it in, and 53 seconds remaining in the power play. 12:38 to go in the period. 1-1 game. Ice Bears Bell at 52 seconds of the first, and Madsen his third at 2:09 of the second. Bell got his 7th back in the first for Missouri State. Here's Kerr. He shoots. It's blocked, and it'll be Bell again. Enough to clear it all the way down.
Yeah, it looks like Chris Brown might be in a little bit of pain there. He took that one to the midsection.
Arkansas
Not exactly
penalty
sure
to
where
number
that got
12,
him,
Kevin LaPlante. 2 minutes for roughing in a 10-minute misconduct.
Well, that's what I was
Missouri
wondering.
State penalty to number 9, Jordan Bratton, 2 minutes for roughing. And Missouri State penalty to number 6, Brad Anderson, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 6:13.
That's interesting. I didn't even know. I didn't think Anderson was on the.
No,
he was on the bench.
They
might have just. I'm not sure, but that is 2 different violations there. So maybe he did get a slash early on. I don't know about that, but obviously the big one in that is to take away that Arkansas player. I can't remember what number did he just announce him as, but the Arkansas player got a 10-minute misconduct. So that's the second one of those we've seen this. Second one of those we've seen this weekend. The refs do not take lightly to talking back to him, especially anything more than talking back. They're not going to put up with it, and they've shown that consistently.
Delisle comes in the zone, and that's what I was wondering if it was 2 and 10s, and it was.
Oh, just for Arkansas though. Bratton will be out at the in 2 minutes.
Well, but then why did I think Bradley was serving? I thought he got
Bradley
a 10-minute.
got a separate penalty.
Okay.
And Jordan will be out. Should be out at the next whistle. He just got a 2-minute coincidental. The other guy got a 10 tagged on top of it. So.
Well, that's an interesting call there.
He must have said something or done something that was unsportsmanlike. So
11:17 to go in the period, and it is a 1-1 game. Puck flipped off the glass, and it's at center. Bounces through the Jones Center logo here in Springdale, where we are. Steve Casson, Ryan Armstrong, and joining us in the booth now, Kevin Gregory, who is the public address announcer for Division III and also for Division I when needed. And Kevin, good to have you on the road trip here.
Happy to be here.
As a fan today.
As a fan, not working the game.
You get to watch it, right? That's what I was saying. I like coming on the road trips just as much as I like home games, if not more, because I actually get to watch a hockey game.
Cooley swipes it all the way around, and the Ice Bears looking to get something going here. And they do get a shot. Score as Cooley gets it up over the upper corner. Missouri State takes the lead again. It's 2-1. Here in the second period, this coming at 9:31. And the Ice Bears have taken the lead, and we were just, I was thinking about Hunter Cooley. It's been a while since we've said his name as far as goal scoring, and Cooley gets goal number 9 this season. Got it up over the goaltender, and we'll see if we can catch this one as Cooley just races down the left side and scores. Missouri State now takes the lead at 2-1. 10:16 to go in the period. We'll catch the announcement from the public address announcer But Hunter Cooley with goal number 9 and will get the assists. Arkansas in the Missouri State zone.
Hunter Cooley. The assist to number 91, Matt Mackey. Time of the goal, 9:31, second period.
That was a blind backhand shot on net. Bailey Stevens did not see it, and it hit the crossbar and just kind of floated up, and I'm not sure which player it was, but somebody knocked the net off, and we have a face-off to the right of Stevens.
Seen a lot of that this weekend with those spikes that they put in the
Yeah,
poster
you know,
on the
like
nets.
I was just saying, they don't do it the way we do it back in Springfield. You know,
No.
with the drill in and the breakaway pegs that are really preferred by the teams. And if something's preferred, we're gonna try our best to do it because it's gonna give our guys the best advantage. Plus, it's frustrating to watch the nets come off all the time. Like, just keep going.
9:47 to go in the period. It's a 2-1 lead for Missouri State. A lot tighter game than it was yesterday. Puck is cleared out, and the Ice Bears in the midst of a line change. Sent all the way down to the Missouri State zone, and Brennan Anderson's the only one there. Anderson tries to work away from Trevor McLean, who was a thorn in the Ice Bears side earlier in the game. Shot hits McLean, and Missouri State will pick up the puck. A bouncer that goes through, and Bell is able to get it chopped out to center ice, and a lead pass that'll go to Sasha Perron. Out of Soup, British Columbia. Goes to Salmon for Arkansas. Ice Bears intercept. Now it's worked to the right side. Kovacic, tic-tac-toe, he scores! Wow. What a huge play between Andrew Kovacic and Josh Bell, and Kobe gets the goal, his 12th of the season, and Missouri State has a 3-1 lead.
Opposite side of the ice there, but really kind of the same look that Cooley had on the last goal. You can see they haven't been getting anything down low all game, haven't been getting a lot of traffic in front. They're starting to throw it up around the shoulders, and that's the second time that they've been successful at throwing it up there.
10:57 will be the time of the goal. And the Ice Bears seem to be pouring it on. Maybe they found a weakness, which is high on this goaltender. We'll catch the call from the public address announcer on the assists, but it is the 12th goal for Kovacic. Meanwhile, plays in the Missouri State zone. A opportunity for Foster is blocked.
Definitely a great assist by Bell on that play. I mean, they just played tic-tac-toe back and forth. 2 or 3 passes back and forth in the offensive zone. Bell sucked the forward over. Covey ended up putting it top right corner. Goalie couldn't grab that one.
8:38 to go in the period, and a 3-1 lead for Missouri State. Bell his 7th at 52 seconds of the first. Madsen his 3rd for Arkansas at 2:09. At 9:30, that's of the second. Then in 9:31 of the second, Cooley his 9th, and here at 10:57, Covey, Andrew Kovacic, his 12th. And Missouri State has a 2-goal advantage and a little bit of breathing room. Bell, he's hooked, but still manages to get it up.
Missouri State goal scored by number 20, Andrew Kovacic. The assist to 16, Josh Bell, and 27, Derek Smith. Time of the goal, 10:57, second period.
I see you over there laughing, Arnie, and I gotta tell you.
Kovacic.
Yeah, well,
being a public address announcer is harder than it looks.
Not everybody knows how to pronounce everybody's names. I get it. That's fine. Hey. I know they had a nice one with Shoematter earlier. I don't think his name's Shoematter.
They call it Shoemaker, I think.
Shoemaker, Shoematter, Schumacher. It's not that bad.
Come on, Ryan.
I know. I'm just giving him a hard time. Yeah. You know, we can't have all people like you down in the booth, Kevin. So.
Oh well, I appreciate that.
Into the Missouri State zone, offside as Foster carried it in. 8:10 to go in the period. Again, coming up at the second period intermission, we will answer your questions.
We got some good questions pulling in there, Steve.
Yeah, there are a few. Let me see here.
Our good friend Mr. White just gave us a good one just a few seconds ago.
Let's see here. How many penalties did Ryan Armstrong receive in his senior year for
like
the
I
Ice
said,
Bears?
we just got to take a couple questions, Steve. We don't have to take all.
Yeah, no, we won't.
I think I'm good for about. I was good for about 1 a game, I think.
But
I always brought the other person in the box with me. I never did it to just do it. I mean, I did it in retaliation or to try to gain an edge somewhere, or maybe because I needed a breather. Or I don't know.
Well, the one thing I want to know is, did you have aspirations of becoming a referee when you were a player?
Sure, absolutely. Well, to tell you the truth, Steve, I did it for beer money when I was in college because I love hockey so much. It was second nature to me, really. And then I really grabbed a passion for it and started learning the rule book a little closer.
Oh, so you're saying you refereed didn't know the rule book? Oh,
no, I'm saying I wanted to progress and help other referees.
That's just a get back as Stevens on the doorstep makes the save as we're chit-chatting away. That's a good game going on here.
Yeah, no, that was a great little play by Bailey to stay patient.
Hey, look, I had to get you back. You know I did, right?
No, and I'll take that because it's not. I don't take it as a jab. Okay. I used my referee money in college. Easier than a part-time job because you're only doing about 2 hours of work, 3 hours of work a week. But I'm using it for beer money. And
but you know what I meant.
And I still knew the rules, Steve. It's just now that I'm doing like a college level games and high school and national games, I want to put more of my knowledge to use and help train others. So
exactly.
But no, I knew the rules.
Okay.
Most
7:20. Yeah, really. 7:21 to go. Ice Bears with it. Cooley lead pass. It'll go to the left side, now to the right side, down the middle to Ruben.
Yes.
Shot, score!
Oh no! He marked it off. It must have hit the upper 90.
It definitely hit the crossbar. I don't know if it hit behind the net. I thought I saw the net move, but it's going to be hard to tell. But the Ice Bears apparently no goal. Crossbar now in front. Cooley does score this time. And Missouri State is on the board again. It's 4-1.
Listen, they don't call Marzola crossbar for nothing. He's got his eyes on that really well.
I was just going to say that.
I had to get it in there.
You had to get it in.
And again, you can see there with the way that Cooley goes high. They went high on him twice there on that same thing, and it's got to be what they're really pushing towards.
The first time it was bar out, and that one's bar in, so they've got something figured out, and I wouldn't be surprised. Well, you got 6:54 left in the second. Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised to see an Arkansas timeout here. I think that's exactly what's happened. So we're going to take a little bit of break on the ice from play and see what Arkansas can plan up and see what Missouri State can plan up. I'm sure that, they're going to – the last thing Coach Law is saying is, okay, you got some breathing room. He's going to say, keep your foot on the gas pedal. Keep going. Let's pop at least 2 more in before the end of this period. I guarantee that's what he's saying.
Well, that'll give us a chance to answer a question.
Oh, boy, here we go. What do we got? What's the first one you want to pick, Steve?
Well, one of the questions is just because it's here right now. When will Alex Turin return to the lineup? Well, the answer is, and that was asked by Rick McClue, the answer is that next semester is the answer I was told by head coach Jeremy Law. Next semester.
Yep, I believe that's when he's cleared to play. I think he's started to touch the ice, but not cleared for full contact yet, so that's as good as an answer as they can get.
Let's see. From Valinda Bradley, what's something interesting about Ryan Armstrong that very few people know?
I don't know, Steve. What do you got for us?
No, the question is to you. It's not to me.
Oh, let's see.
Well, okay, we'll just use what you just said. You used refereeing for beer money.
Oh, that's not interesting. That's just common sense.
I think the more interesting thing is that he was a referee without knowing the rule book, or at least a period of time.
I got this one for you. I had at one time played goalie for Missouri State hockey.
That's true. You did. Well, you didn't play in the game, right?
I took warm-ups.
But you took warm-ups and you sat on the bench.
It was awful. I never want to do goal. I feel I have so much more respect for goaltenders after doing that. It is a very tough position, but oh man, I don't want to do it again.
Ice Bears had a good opportunity as
Missouri State goal was scored by number
Ruben.
24, Hunter Cooley. The assist to number 79, Alex Ruben. Time of the goal, 13:06, second period.
So Ruben does get the assist, the guy I just talked about. It's 4-1 Missouri State. Back down below to Saunders. By the time he got a handle on it, he was there and got checked away by Madsen. Ice Bears have it again. Smith with a drive in and a big save there once again by Dusenka. Now back behind the Arkansas zone. It'll go to Cosmo Yapello to the point, and it's out to center. Sent right back in. 5:52 to go in the period. Ice Bears with a line change. It comes right up the middle. Salnikov on the ice now. Nikita with it. Nikita works it now with 5:24 back into the zone. It hits somebody, and Derek Smith's able to clear it out. 4-1 Missouri State here in the second. 5:31 to go. Stevens Drops it off to his defense, and the Ice Bears will work it out of the zone to Kovacic. Now to Salnikov, and they're going to claim Bell offside. So the offside. Let's see if we can take a look at that last goal by Hunter Cooley. And this may be a little bit, there it is. Good goal by Hunter Cooley. I thought maybe it was a little bit too far away, but Cooley gets the goal. 5:16 to go. Kovacic at the backboards, sends it over to the near side. Bell will slap it all the way around it. Salnikov right in front to Kovacic. Now the trailer. Bell, he shoots and he missed wide. Left side wide, 5 to go. In the period, it's flipped out to center all the way down to the Missouri State zone, no icing. Schumacher. And Ryan, we may have to ask head coach Jeremy Law if he kind of maybe saw a weakness in Dusenka and the guys started to go up high. That's when their last 3 goals have been, up high over this goaltender. Ice Bears work it, but it's intercepted by the Razorbacks and cleared out to center.
You know, I think players kind of sense and pick up on something like that. If they see a certain defenseman that is a little slower than the other, they'll pick up on that. If they see that their breakouts are a certain way, or their entrances are a certain way, or a goalie is maybe not as good side to side, or maybe not as good up high, they're going to use that.
Here's Kovacic, drops it off, and a good defensive play by Gradisar, as on the doorstep was Travis Barrett. 4:08 to go. Off the boards now. And taken by Arkansas. Into the zone from McLean of Hamilton, Ontario. Gets a shot in, save, rebound, and Stevens, who had a little bit of trouble with it, enough to make a second opportunity available. And with 3:57 to go, it's 4-1 in favor of Missouri State.
Stevens kind of giving him the death stare there. Looked like after he had snagged the puck on the first grab, just a little bit of a slow whistle, not terrible, but a little extra whack by the Arkansas player, and Stevens just looks at him and goes, all right, I wouldn't do that again if I were you.
He's still having a conversation with Marzola about it.
Sure he is. Sure, he just wants to get Marzola's opinion, say, hey, what's going on? Did you see that? It was a little late. Is everything good? Obviously we don't want anything to be blown out of proportion, but I would assume that he's asking him about that.
Ice Bears had it in the zone. It quickly got cleared in front of their bench, and now it's Arkansas with it. Stovall, lead pass. It'll go to LaGuardia, or De La Guardia, that is, and it's out to center ice. Ice Bears across the line with a 3-on-2, broken up, and cleared right back out.
Kind of a bad drop pass by Travis Barrett. A little miscommunication with his forward swinging around. Regardless, Chris Brown is going to battle behind the net here and try to break the puck out.
Flipped up at the half boards, and it's out to center. De La Guardia with some help from Young, and it's cleared in. Oh, good play by Anderson as he broke up an attempt by Delisle. 3:09 remaining in the period. Penalty is coming up. It's against Missouri State. Hooking call.
Yeah, looks like Zane O'Brien is going to the box.
The 10 minutes is up for LaPlante. He goes to the bench, and O'Brien will go for hooking.
Missouri State, this is the second penalty they've got towards the very end of a period. Last period is in the last 2:10, 2:05. This one comes at the 3 minute and 5 second mark. Again, this is a very important penalty kill for Missouri State with not much time left in the period.
Gradisar, cross ice to Delisle, or to Kerr, that is. No, it was DeGuire, actually. High slot again. This is Foster. Well, once again, Delisle is tipped in front, loose. Can the Ice Bears clear it? They do.
I think I got a high stick on that one, but no referee saw that.
Yeah, DeGuire.
That's all right.
It went up off his stick high.
Yeah, he tried to keep it in the zone with a high stick, but
Missouri State penalty to number 15, Zane O'Brien. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 16:55, second period.
So Gradisar comes behind the net. And a good deflection and even better play by Smith. He's able to keep it away from him, but play continues at the line, held in by DeGuire out of Kansas City, the junior. Sends it to the corner. Now it goes to Kerr behind the net, spinning around and working it as Salmon. Chris gives it again behind the net. It is now to Gradisar, who shoots wide. and not able to clear it was Rubin. Another opportunity and a block by Warnig, and the power play with 55 seconds. Gradisar is there. 1:57 to go in the period. 4-1 Missouri State. Here's Gradisar again working the puck. Still trying to get something. Arkansas they have in front. Shot, and it hit the post. And you know what? The only reason it hit the post is because Stevens knocked the net off and it moved it just a little bit.
I don't know.
He pushed it.
It hit the right post.
It hit the far post.
It hit his Bailey's left post. The right post, his right post was off.
Correct.
So his left post was still in the mooring.
Yes, but it had moved. See, as he had pushed it, it moved it a little bit.
I don't know. I think that was like I said, it was a good break for us because the net had been previously dislodged. But I don't know if it was Bailey that did it or when it was done, but it was off for a
what I'm
bit.
getting at is because where it hit to the outside of the post instead of the inside, and I think it's because it had moved just a little bit. But at any rate, it's no goal. We'll leave it at that. Stovall, high slot.
Not even a shot on net.
That's true, it's not. Goalie's best friend, though, we can agree on that.
Well, I guess I can too. I guess you can call me a goaltender now that I've dressed one game.
That's right, you are.
I don't consider myself a goaltender, but...
Shot in and a save as Gradisar got that one held on to by Stevens. Well, you know, if you've done something once, you can say you've done it.
I could do brain surgery once. I'd kill somebody, and I guarantee I wouldn't be asked to be a brain surgeon again.
Doesn't mean you're good at it.
Well, that's exactly right.
That leads to a very interesting question on the Facebook right now. Has Steve ever started a game in goal, or has he always been the backup?
Kevin, I told you we're not answering your questions. Don't even try.
Oh, I'm waiting for an answer.
Puck to the high slot. Stovall misses it. We got a game going on here. 1 second to go. The power play is over. 1:04 remaining. Gradisar drive in, save, tipped, and it's missed.
Great double deflection there. Puck's out of the zone.
Gonna go to Bell.
In, and here we go.
Right side, and Bell forgot the puck. make that 54 seconds to go. Now, Kevin, I heard the 1 minute mark was missed. You would have had that, right?
In the second period, I usually get it.
When does Sweet Carolina get into play? Here's a drive in, all save Stevens as Gradisar got it from the left side.
Right, Gradisar, he's got a heck of a shot. This is the second or third time that he has just unloaded a slap shot from the top of the circles. This time, Steven gets a left glove on it and holds on to it to force a stoppage. We're going to go to his right for the face-off with 40.2 seconds left in the third.
So if you want the answer to your question, Kevin, in college I started in goal. When I was with the LA Kings, I was a backup goalie.
On the warm-up squad.
On the warm-up squad.
Right.
Yeah.
What is the warm-up squad?
Just a goalie that gets in and plays during practice. Sometimes sometimes both goalies will not be in practice, and they need two goalies. So as a shot comes in, it's held on to. And usually the starter may or may not play. He might just get a couple of warm-ups and may or not be in practice, but they need a second goaltender. And sometimes the goalies will stay for 10, 15 minutes and leave. So I was that.
So there's a target practice, basically? I mean...
let me just tell you that...
I mean, they need a goalie, and, I mean, those guys can fire the puck.
Oh, yeah. So let me just tell you that Rob Blake didn't even put any effort into his shot, and my hand stung for 2 days. It was such a hard shot, and he didn't put any effort into it. 15:08 to go in the period.
10 seconds, Arkansas is going to make a push here.
As Williams has it, it is taken, and a shot missed just wide by Valentin. 3 seconds to go. Up the middle, Stevens deflects it away, and that should do it for the period. At the end of 2 periods of play, Missouri State has a 4-1 lead. In the second period, there were 4 goals, 3 for Missouri State, 1 for Arkansas. Madsen gets a goal to make it a 1-1 game. This is at 2:09, his third. Kerr and Stovall. And Missouri State has this game at a 1-1 deadlock. Then it is Hunter Cooley getting his 9th of the season at 9:31. Maddie with the assist on a nice 2-on-1. And then he finishes it off from the left side. Missouri State takes the lead again. Then Andrew Kovacic gets into the fracas as Kovacic scores at 10:57, his 12th. Bell and Derek Smith to make it 3-1, and then Cooley gets his second of the game, his 10th of the season. Alex Rubin with the assist, and Missouri State is back up on top by a count of 4-1. So right now, at the end of 2 periods of play, the Ice Bears with that 4-1 lead. Power plays, no team has scored on the power play, and each team are 0 for 4 right now. And we will wait for the third period to see what kind of a period it is. But meanwhile, we're going to answer some questions. We'll go back to the beginning on our Facebook. And one of the questions from Mitch Piles is thoughts on Missouri State starting a curling program. Obviously, Arkansas has one, judging by the curling goals at Jones Arena. Well, we can't answer that question. Not sure. Don't even know. But we do know that it has been considered an Olympic development site. There have been, they have practiced curling, I know, on the ice. And I know that they have also had a bobsledder come in, and he did some work at the rink. But other than that, I couldn't answer that question.
I got nothing on that one. I mean, it'd be fun to try. Trust me, I'll be one of the first ones to try it if they do. But I've never seen it at Springfield, and obviously it requires a little bit of painting on the ice and doing a little something new. But I mean, obviously you got to buy the stones. Those things are crazy. Those things are like pretty heavy.
Like $1,000 a piece.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know they're solid marble and they're pretty heavy. I'm not sure how much they are, but they're pretty heavy as stones. I know they've got a freezer in the back over near the visitors bench. That's where they keep them all. But I'd be willing to try it for sure.
Oh, it is absolutely it would
up
be,
to the city of Springfield, I guess.
It would be fun, but I would be afraid of falling. I just really would. But nevertheless, next question from Dan Dow. What are the coaches' opinions of the computer rankings versus coaching rankings? Well, I asked head coach Jeremy Law, and it's kind of the same answer that I would have, having been a pollster in Division II for several years, that the ranking system, as far as the computers go, he feels is a little bit more accurate. He feels that coaches don't necessarily take the time to study and everything that they need to study. That, again, this is his opinion, but he feels that most of the coaches just kind of look at what the trend is right now and they go with it. In other words, if last week's poll was X from 1 to 30 or 1 to 25, they kind of look and say, all right, I think I'm going to go with the same. So that's one of the reasons why they switched from coaches rankings to computer rankings, is by the time it comes to the end of the season, the computer will have an algorithm based on all the things that it needs to get based on, and the next thing you know, you'll get close to what the ranking should be had a live person been scoring it, and scoring it by keeping track of everything that's gone on during the season. So that's the answer to that one. Let's see here. Will the, again from Dan Dell, will the increase in D1 teams next year be too many teams? Well, there's 12 coming in, and we heard at the first period intermission from Chris Perry that it's going to involve 2 separate leagues, and it's really not going to affect anybody per se, but what it will do is give teams, and Brian, tell me if you think you agree with this, but it will give teams the ability to play in their own league, have their own league, kind of have their own playoffs, maybe have their own set schedule, have a amount of games that they know that they can play, and then work on scheduling additional teams. But I will say one of the advantages to this whole situation is Missouri State will have a lot more local D1 teams that they can schedule in the future than they did, say, this year.
Sure, I agree with that 100%. It is kind of a self-contained mentality where these leagues are playing themselves and they kind of keep to themselves for a little while. Kind of same way that we do in the Western Collegiate. We have our mandatory games, league games, and the Western Collegiate, And then if we'd like to, we like to branch out every once in a while and play some out of conference. You know, we went up and played Minot and Jamestown, and we go out and play, what is the team?
Jamestown?
Illinois State. We play Illinois
okay.
State. You know, these are teams that are not in our league, but they're still Division I. We still enjoy playing against them. It helps us get our games in. It helps us, obviously, we could just play our league games and take our chances that way, but this helps us out with the ranking period nationally. I will say, just like you said, Steve, I think we're kind of lucky at Missouri State because there is an entire conference that is being added that is pretty much St. Louis Conference. So for us to be able to take a little 2.5-hour ride down 44 into St. Louis and play some of these teams that are being based in there, your McKendree, Lindenwood, Belleville, Maryville, these teams, it's going to be a nice advantage. And, you know, like I said, I love away games. I love road trips. That would be an easy one, just like Arkansas is easy for all of our fans to come down here. It's easy to go back up to St. Louis and catch us up there, too. So I think it's going to do nothing but help us. You know, those 19-hour road trips down to Arizona State can catch up every once in a while.
Now let me ask you guys this, kind of in conjunction with that. You know, how many games are we playing this year?
A lot.
We're playing 47 games this year and 42 scheduled next year. Yeah.
No, actually, it's been updated. We now scheduled 40.
So when you think about that and you think about that St. Louis Conference, as you put it, Ryan, you know, do you see a lot more teams kind of getting into that? Because 47 games this year is kind of top of the league, yeah?
Oh, sure.
And so do you see more of those 45-plus game seasons coming out across the league?
I don't.
No, I agree. Not at all. That is, we had a chance to talk with Perry before, and he was saying, you know, we load our schedule pretty heavy, and we're working to change that and then to do better with that. But these kids have exams. They've got part-time jobs. They've got social lives. I mean, hockey, this is not professional. They're here to go to school first and follow it up by being able to play hockey. They need to be able to do that. They need to be able to concentrate on classes and exams. And when you load a schedule down like that, it is very tough. Not only physically on their bodies with the road trips and the amount of games, but with the mental aspect and the school aspect and the financial aspect. I mean, the more road trips you have, the more costly it is for these kids to play. So we're trying to find that sweet spot, and I think we're getting better at it. But hopefully that number keeps going down in future years.
Well, that's the important part you brought up, is they are student athletes, always a student first.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's the biggest thing that if you want to put the blame, I think you got to blame a lot of us, is that we kind of forget about that a little bit. We've all, I'm not saying all what we look at, but what we do look at is several things. We look at the teams that we can schedule for rankings. That's the first thing. And the fact is, honestly, since Missouri State has been playing so well the last 3 or 4 years, all of a sudden you've got everybody knocking down the door. Can we play you? Can we play you? Can we play you? Well, okay, sure, yeah. After we get our league schedule, which is 22 games done, which is unbelievable in itself with the 3-game weekends that we have scheduled. But now you've got teams that you already owe games to, like Illinois State, like Iowa State. Well, that's 4 more games. Then Alabama comes in, they want to play us, Jamestown and Minot State, and you're like, well, that's good for rankings. Okay, let's do it. Well, before you know it, and then you start looking at revenue-wise, and you say, well, can we get this team in? They're willing to come to us. Okay. Now all of a sudden, revenue-wise, next thing you know, which is kind of what happened last year, is boom, you're at 47 games, and oh, I guess well, it's okay. There's revenue coming in, but we didn't kind of really put 2 and 2 together to think about what it does to the kids, and finally, I think it's gotten to the point where they've been good enough to us the last season or so to not really say anything, and then finally you kind of get the handwriting on the walls that the guys have said, all right, we need a break here. We'll just slow it down for a little bit.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's a fluid progression that we're working with, and things change every year, but we're working on it to maybe get around that 34 mark. That'd be a great number to have at the end of the year, or I'm sorry, at the beginning of the year, is just look into the season and say, okay, we've got 34, 33, 35 games this year, because that makes them all equally important. You know what I mean? Like when you load a schedule down with 50-plus games, you're just looking for injury. You're looking for, unfortunately, kids not putting as much time towards their schooling. You're going to be on the road a lot. You're going to be at home a lot. You're going to be at practice a lot. The more you can concentrate on your school first, your education first. I mean, that's the order that we push things at Missouri State is school first, well, family first, then school, then hockey.
Yeah,
it's a privilege. It's a privilege to play hockey. It's not above school. It's not above family. If you have a requirement that requires you to be at school or to be at home with the family member, there's no question. There's absolutely no question. Those things come first over hockey all the time.
Question from the Springfield Youth Hockey Association. What does Coach Jeremy Law want for his birthday tomorrow? He wants a national championship. That's what he wants.
Springfield Youth Association, can you deliver? What can you do to help us with that? I know we've got the auction coming up next weekend with the Springfield Youth Hockey Association, which is great for us and them. Friday and Saturday versus Illinois State. D1 is in town. D3 is in town. There will be 4 different college games going on. The youth organization will be holding a auction up in the upstairs lobby. Lots of great items. I've seen a lot of them so far. Rose White has been coordinating. Dawn McCracken's been coordinating a lot of great items. If you are in town, I recommend you come out to at least one of those nights. Take a look at some of these items. We've got front row St. Louis Cardinals tickets. We've got resort tickets. I mean, there is some really good stuff out there. So,
and if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be different items on Friday and Saturday.
I think
so. It absolutely behooves you to come to both games and see those silent auctions both nights.
There will be a couple that are just one night specific. So definitely get up there for both of them. Obviously, that's going to be a good one. And the game itself against Illinois State. So a little history, a little recap. Robert Morris showcased 4 weeks ago. Illinois State took a brutal game from the Ice Bears. Ice Bears up, what,
they were
4-0?
They were up 5-0.
5-0?
At one point.
And Illinois State came back and beat us in overtime 6-5.
Yep.
An absolute backbreaker. So there is a little, I don't want to say the word hatred, but a little bit of angst going towards that game. And the Ice Bears are going to be ready to steal 2 back from Illinois State as that one hurt a little bit more than it should have.
Of course, our D3 team also has McKendree coming in that weekend, and there's
a heavy hitter.
We know there's a few McKendree alum out there in Springfield that come to big Ice Bears fans, so there's going to be.
They're going to bring a crowd
too. Some good games.
McKendree's going to bring their crowd from St. Louis. That's only a 2.5, 3-hour drive for them. So we need to have as much support at both games as we can, as there are some big ACHA points up for grabs next weekend back in Springfield.
Well, and this will be. Well, I guess it's not really a fun fact per se, but.
Then we don't want it.
Okay, fine.
No, I'm joking.
No, that's fine.
I want fun facts, Steve. Come on now.
I was going to say the fun fact is going to be that the next time McKendree comes in to MediaCom Ice Park, they will come in as a Division I team.
That's very true. Very true.
Let me ask you guys this. I don't know if we have any more questions on Facebook, but
one last one. But go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, coming down here to Arkansas, we all know what's happened with Mizzou's program and kind of how that rivalry has been for Missouri State for years. This rivalry with Arkansas seemed to heat up quite a bit. We got a lot of good fans here in the stands tonight. Some good crowds on both ends of it. How do you guys kind of see that going forward with the Arkansas rivalry with Missouri State?
Well, you've asked it, so I'll answer it. And next season, the rivalry will become Missouri State and Arkansas. Missouri State and Arkansas. I think the time of Missouri State as a Division I team playing Mizzou as a Division II team has kind of it's been a great run, and I think it's time to change it up a little bit. And I'm not necessarily talking for myself, but for everybody, where we kind of have made that decision because, as you mentioned, Missouri State is they at one point were ranked number 6 in Division I play, and as much as it's a great rivalry between the two schools, it may be more suited, depending on what Mizzou does here in the next couple of seasons, that we pass that on to the Division III team.
Well, look at what it does it doesn't do anything in the rankings for us. They're Division II, we're Division I. It is what it is, but by playing them, if we were to go out and lose by 15 goals, it doesn't do anything for us. If they were going to go out and win by 15 goals, it doesn't do anything for them, because any game out of division doesn't do anything that isn't recognized for ranking. So really, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't help us anyway. The only thing it does is create the possibility for an injury, which is terrible. We don't want that at all.
Sure.
So, no, I think you're right. And to Kevin, to kind of add on to what Steve said, these are our travel partners. These are our backdoor enemies, basically. This is we both came into the league at the same time. We both jumped up to D1 at the same time. We're kind of the new kids on the block, but we have our own rivalry against, and I know that there is a pretty prominent Arkansas following in the Springfield area. I'm not saying you shouldn't wear your Arkansas stuff when you come to the games, but we're gonna have some pretty neat stuff going on when we play Arkansas February 15th and 16th.
Yeah, and put it this way, we won't give you a hard time at all. We won't.
Me?
You will, but we won't.
I can't speak for you guys.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm
but
going to
as the PA announcer,
show up wearing Arkansas stuff? No way.
No, I said if Arkansas fans come in to town wearing their Arkansas stuff, we won't give you a hard time. We're ready for third period of action, Ryan Armstrong. Get that camera rolling here.
Here we go.
Gentlemen, I'm going to let you have the third period and go enjoy the rest of the game with my family.
All right, sounds good, Kevin.
Good seeing you, Kevin.
Thanks for joining us. That's Kevin Thorough. He's the public address announcer for Division III and some for Division I for Missouri State. 1946, we're underway here in the third period. The Ice Bears with a good opportunity right side. Getting a shot is Kovacic, and it gets deflected. Helping out is Anderson to keep it in. It's dropped down in low. 4-1 Missouri State here in the third period. Steve Casson, Ryan Armstrong in the broadcast booth as we've lost everybody else. They all want to be fans. 19:28 to go in the period. Ice Bears work this puck all the way to the far side. Brown will grab it and decide to bring it out to center ice, and he lost it. And a good play by Brown to break it up. Gradisar was waiting for Corey Delisle to pass across, and he was able to get an opportunity to move it away. Now Brown with a shot, saved by Dusenka. 19:05 that is to go in the period. We didn't lose 10 minutes all of a sudden. Puck clear down, Arkansas with a line change. Derek Smith in his own zone. The Ice Bears won yesterday by a count of 5-1, and they lead 4-1 here. 18:46. I want to say something at the next intermission, but we're going to get a penalty, and it's against Missouri State. It's going to be a hooking call, and that is the call. 18:40 remaining. Well, while we have a break, I want to say to our Russian folks listening, Siemspa Liva za Vyamanyev.
How long did it take you to practice that?
I may have screwed
I don't even
up.
know what you said. What is the translation for that?
Thank you very much for watching.
Oh, Nikita must have told you to say that, huh?
He did, and
I like it. Very nice touch.
I may have screwed it up, but I think that's close enough.
That's good stuff.
So it's going to be a hooking call. And in the penalty box is O'Brien again. That's his second. Power play number 5 for the Razorbacks. And Missouri State on the penalty kill, 12 for 101, 88.1%.
You know, I'm still pretty impressed you got that out, though, Steve. That was nice.
Well, yeah, it sounds good. I hope it's right. Hopefully we'll know when Nikita. I'll ask him when his dad finds it. Here comes Stovall, but instead off to the left side. Drive save, Stevens, says Kerr got that opportunity.
What time is it in Russia right now?
Oh, let me see here.
Are they
probably
like 6 in the morning, or
no? It's probably maybe 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh,
right now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought the time change was a little bit more severe, though.
Well, I know in London it's 6 hours.
It's Saturday night, right? It's Saturday night.
Well, it's 6 hours in London. I do know that.
Correct. Yeah.
So maybe add another 7 or 8 total in Russia.
Missouri State penalty to number 15, Zane O'Brien. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 1:20, third period.
So now there's 1:16 remaining in the power play. It'll go to the point. Yapello gets it to the left side now. Across ice pass. Kerr drive, save, rebound in front. Stevens as he calls down and hugs the post, and he's able to keep it out. I think we need more of the ice. Little zoomer going on there.
Man, I'm not good with the zoom because
I
get stuck in the zoom and you can't see the whole play. And
is that what you say when you're on the ice and a guy like punches someone? You're like, I'll let you have it there.
No
until
way.
He does it the second time.
No way.
7:44 to go in the period. A 4-1 lead for Missouri State. Gradisar, as he tried to tee it up, it went off of his stick and out to center. Delisle, I got to give you a hard time.
You can try, Steve.
Hey, we're trying our best, right? We're all friends at the end of it.
Oh, of course. As long as we get that big old W up there. We got 17 and a half minutes left to go. Let's see how these guys can finish it up.
Great segue there.
Oh, man. Well, I'm a natural at this, Steve. I've only been doing it, twice. So.
Yeah, Gradisar comes in offside.
Not as good on the camera, though. My camera work needs some critiquing, which
yeah,
you're more than happy to give me, but,
You're definitely welcome to be color at any time, and next time we can get one of our 5 guys that normally do camera work at MediaCom to help out. Getting them to, they're students too, so getting them to come on road trips is obviously a little tough.
Sure.
I know we joke, but in all sincerity, we joke, but absolutely appreciate all the help and the hard work that everyone does to help us get the broadcasts on and do things at MediaCom, and our volunteers and everybody with Missouri State Hockey. It's absolutely appreciated.
I think hockey people are a little crazy. You know why? Because I see a lot of our volunteers that help us out at home are out here in Arkansas tonight watching the game. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How cool is that people who put so much time and effort into this game, into helping these guys out and helping us out and helping produce not only a great off-ice experience, but a great on-ice experience for the boys. How great is it that they put the time and effort in to drive down to Arkansas and watch them and support them down here when they know that they're in the enemy territory? How great is that?
Half of your screen right now is filled up with Missouri State fans. So.
Yeah, look at that. I got a little bit of Steve in the background here. Look at this. Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah. There you go. 16, and me and my reader glasses.
They're called cheaters.
Yeah, my cheater glasses.
They're your cheating eyes. That's what they are.
I can see far. I just can't see up close. Puck is cleared down. LaPlante, he'll grab it and send it ahead indirectly, tipped in by Delisle. And the Ice Bears with 16 to go in the period will bring it out of the zone. Tips off a boot, comes all the way down. This should not be icing, and it isn't. Taken by De La Guardia out of Flower Mound, Texas. Lead pass comes up the middle, and it'll be Kerr to chip it ahead. Off of Schumacher and goes back to the Missouri State zone, where it'll be Matt Matty. Near side boards. Now working it is that's Bradley Anderson on the ice now. 15:48 remaining. Ice Bears steal the puck. Does Rubin? Nobody there for Missouri State. And here comes Arkansas with Trevor McLean. And Bradley is able to, Anderson that is, able to break it up. But coming right out in front was Chris Salmon, and a big save by Stevens. As the Ice Bears were trying to work things out in front of Stevens, they give up a shot, and finally it's cleared out to center. Stevens coming up huge for Missouri State. Here's Foster with a shot in, save Stevens. Juicy rebound, but the Ice Bears are able to knock it aside. 15-16 to go in the period. Back again to Salmon out of Delray Beach, Florida. Gets it to the point. Yapello backs up. Here comes the Ice Bears and Solnikoff. He works it right side drive, and a blast that goes wide. Good save there by Dusenka. Solnikoff off the back of the glass. With it to the point to Smith. He has it and tipped away from him. Here comes Chris Stovall. 2-on-1. Stovall and Salmon. Stovall waits. He shoots, and he missed wide. Took it himself, and it's cleared out to center. Looking for his seventh goal of the season with Stovall. Hasn't scored in a while. Here is a drive in off of Carson Warnick's stick. Sailed into the corner by Dusenka. 14.5 remaining in the third. 4-1 Missouri State. Puck cleared out, and the Ice Bears will set it up again. It was a 1-1 hockey game, middle of the second period, and the Ice Bears score 3 straight. Cooley twice and Covey sandwiched in between. Ice Bears finish up that line change. Rushing hard is Jackson Chrysler from Overland Park. His shot goes wide to the left. Directing traffic with Stevens. Now behind the net and the goal line is Bell. He gets a shot off the glass and the netting, and the faceoff stays in the zone. 14 minutes exactly to go in the third period.
Oh, man, again, I got to disagree with Mr. Marzola. It hit the glass first. You're allowed to change. If it goes straight off into the netting, over the glass in your own zone, it is no change. You're not allowed to change. But having it hit the glass first and then going out, you are allowed to change. So gotta disagree with Mr. Marzol on that one, but you know what? He's gonna let him play on. We'll be all right.
14 minutes again to go in this third period. Colin Young for Arkansas comes in to take the draw. Josh Bell for Missouri State. And Bell wins it, but it goes to Gradisar. Recipient of the faceoff draw, and Stevens has to make a save. Ice Bears have it Anderson. This is Brennan. Gets around his own man, and Brennan still with it. Like he's a man on a mission. He gets pushed into the boards, no penalty. Play continues. Anderson brings it up high. Draws everybody in and then sends it down to Bell. Off the boards, it hits something and stays in play. Ice Bears with it up the middle to Kovacic. Whacked down, and Arkansas with some numbers. 3-on-2. Delisle across. Gradisar right side drive missing wide. Bounced off the boards. Actually, that was the left side shot right as you looked at it from Stevens' point of view. Now here comes the Ice Bears momentarily at center. It went off of Kovacic and sent right back in. Ice Bears want to change up. They're going to do it slowly with 13:10 to go in the period. Lead now to O'Brien. Zane with it. Works it down in low to the half boards. Gets a return pass from Bratton. The beeline on for Missouri State. O'Brien wrap around and a pad save. 2:54 to go. Or to make that 12:54 to go. Here is Arkansas. Across the line, a number that I'll have to double check. Oh, that is number 80. That's Valentin. Ice Bears have it. Here's O'Brien. He shoots, pad save. Rebound in front and a glove save as Barrett got that shot. And then the third opportunity is held on to by the goaltender Dusenka.
3 quick saves. First one, pad shot, pad save, pad shot, pad save. Second one, a little bit of a muffin on it as he didn't get all of it. Tried to glove it down. Threw it back into the slot. Another little muffin shot. Held on to that one. 3 saves right there. Was that all 3 players on the beeline that made the shots?
Yeah, it was all 3 on the beeline. Barrett, O'Brien, and Bratton.
That's interesting. That doesn't happen all the time.
Not at all. You get 3 players with points on a goal before. Here's a shot in. This one came off of O'Brien. It's held on to. I mean, how many times have we seen one of the beeline players score and the other 2 get the assists? That's happened a lot.
That means there's some good chemistry going on that line. I would hope that happens more often. That's a great thing to see. I know. Do you have the numbers about what happened last night with that line? I want to say everybody on that line had a point.
Yes, Barrett, Bratton, and O'Brien on goal number 1. So immediately they came off with a point.
That's great to see.
12:19 to go in the period. Behind the net, it is Barrett. He gets pushed hard by his like 12 of LaPlante. And now O'Brien with it in front as he tried to send it over to Bratton, deflected away from him. Puck gets flipped up in the netting, but we're going to get a penalty, a high stick. Oh, and Barrett is upset, and he puts a punch to Kevin LaPlante, and he may be out of this game. Gloves stayed on, so that's a good thing. But Barrett was not happy with what LaPlante did. And now he's kind of arguing. So do we get Barrett and LaPlante?
Yeah, I think they're both going to go, but I would not be surprised if Barrett had the original added on top. But it looks like both players are going to the box right now. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to have the extra one on top.
Well, they're both going to get misconducts.
10-minute misconducts, yeah.
But here's the thing, there's 12:02 remaining. If they're going to get 10-minute misconducts and 2 minutes, you might as well just send
Well,
them.
I think Barrett might be getting the extra 2 because he was the original penalty.
I think he's going to give both. I thought
they both have 10s for sure.
Yes.
But I think Barrett has the original 2 because he had the original penalty against him.
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. What they're going to do now is with 2 seconds, they might as well just send him to the dressing room.
So Barrett's done for the night. But then we'll have to have somebody in there to serve his 2. But both players are having 10-minute misconducts, and I'm sure Barrett will get a rough or a slash or something for the original call.
That means 8 penalties, 24 minutes against the Ice Bears if you add the 12 that Barrett gets.
You can tell it's a rival weekend. There is some, I don't want to say hatred in the air. But, you know, these teams play hard against each other. They're playing the same opponents all year. They finally get to play each other. There's no love lost here for a couple extra chops or a couple hard hits. So.
Well, you know what that does? That just means that next year's games, instead of being Missouri State and Mizzou, it's going to be Missouri State and Arkansas.
Oh my gosh! The game right now, the game yesterday, the game on February 15th and 16th is going to be just like this.
Absolutely huge. So this is power play number 6 for Arkansas, but Missouri State leads 4-1. Puck cleared out, and it goes past Hunter Saunders. Got a goal in yesterday's game for his 3rd of the season. Here is Kerr. He has 3. Intercepted.
Missouri State penalty to number 12, Travis Barrett, 2 minutes for high sticking and a 10-minute misconduct. Arkansas penalty to number 12, Kevin LaPlante, a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalties, 7:78, 3rd period.
Now 7:78, that's a new time. Puck is sent in.
Did you say 770?
I thought 7.
Did he say 770?
I thought 778 is what I heard, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We get an icing call, by the way, and it's sent all the way down. But that's basically, in a roundabout way, what we were saying was with the 10s and the extra 2, you might as well just
the 10 and the 2 for Barrett.
Yeah.
The Arkansas player just had only had a 10.
Correct.
So with 2 seconds left, Travis Barrett's just gonna hit the showers a couple minutes earlier than the rest of the guys.
1:22 remaining in the power play. Here's a shot in off the draw by Saunders, and Missouri State scored 2 shorthanded goals yesterday.
Hunter was getting hungry for that one. The Nashville, Tennessee product, another hard worker, suffered an injury earlier this year and bounced back from it. He's been looking great. Definitely ready to start cracking the lineup as much as he has in previous years.
Yeah, you talk about hungry. His last goal was against Jamestown. That was back in September.
Yeah, he's due for one.
And he finally got one yesterday. 11:07 to go in the period. Ice Bears.
Looks like we're going to go on
we're going to get a penalty.
Yeah, looks like Perron for a slash or a cross check. I'm not sure.
It's a cross check.
A little late after the play, and this is where the referee kind of needs to step in and set a precedent and say, listen, guys, 10 minutes left in this game. This is not how we're going to play. This is not how it's going to happen.
And this is also where Missouri State just needs to stop. You know, let the next 10:58 run off the clock.
Well, I don't know if it's so much of that as it's so much of play it smart, play it the right way.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Stop just arguing and getting frustrated. Just play the game and not deal with it. A goal or 2 by Arkansas, this is a completely different hockey game.
100%. They need to remain 5-on-5. If they put themselves on the penalty kill a couple more times, this game could easily be a lot closer than it should. So they need to be 5-on-5 the rest of this game.
Bouncing puck in front. Stevens makes the saves. It went off Delisle's skate. And he'll hold on. If I can beg you just to put the camera just up a tad. Not zoom in much. Well, you can if you want, but bring it up a tad to get, there you go, just to get rid of the fans a little bit, but that works. Well, I'm sure a lot of people are like, I don't like to see heads, I want to see the play. So that looks good right there. I'm good with that.
I'm a rookie camera guy, you know. I try.
You can never please some of the people all the time, you know that whole thing.
Oh, I know the phrase.
Off the draw, 10:49 to go, and there's 36 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. Now coming in. Oh, did you see what Gradisar did? As the Gradisar left the zone and he came
Missouri State penalty
skating
to
in.
number 74, Sasha Perron.
Here's Gradisar again. He shoots. It's blocked by Bell.
Time of the penalty, 9:02, 3rd period.
So to follow up what Gradisar did was he came out of the zone and he skated in with a lot of speed, and they one-timed the pass to him, and that would have been a huge shot had he got it on net. Stevens comes in with a save. Rebound in front. Loose again. Saves Stevens. It comes in front again, and another block this time.
3 blocks in a row. That's huge.
And now that's a 1-man advantage. This is power play number 7, and a shot that Stevens deflects up over the net. Make that 9:49 remaining. And Arkansas trying to work some magic. Gradisar over to the right side. Delisle back to Gradisar. Daguerre, score! I'm not sure if it was tipped in. It looks like it may be.
Yeah, it looked like it went off of an Ice Bear defenseman in front of the net. I'm not sure if that was Anderson or Bell, but I'm sorry, Anderson or Brown. But it looked like it took a little redirection at the top of the crease. It's hard for any goalie to react to anything, you know. I mean, that quickly you can't do that. But Ice Bears drop one on a penalty kill.
10:22, the time of the goal, and Arkansas gets their first power play of the game. I do not know. We'll wait to see if it's all Gradisar's goal or if there was a deflection or a tip or something in, but we will wait and see from the public address announcer, who does get credit for that, but it's now a 2-goal hockey game.
Well, obviously, if it's off an Ice Bear player,
then it's all Gradisar's.
The goal is awarded to the last Arkansas player to propel the puck towards the net. So,
well, the Ice Bear fans are getting a little anxious. They're yelling, "Let's go Bears" on the visitor side of things. It's De La Guardia in his own zone. 9:04 to go. And Missouri State needs to change the momentum here a little bit. It is 5-on-5. And the Ice Bears steal the puck and getting an opportunity on the right side, the left side, that is right as the goaltender looks at it, Jordan Bratton. 8:52 remaining. See if we can take a look at that goal here. And it comes cross ice, and I don't know. I don't know if it was tipped in front or not.
I mean, it definitely looked like it changed direction. I just can't tell what it went off of, so. If we had a better camera guy, maybe we'd be able to see that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to agree with that.
Okay. No, for the next 8:45, no. You're the best.
No, I didn't say that.
Got to go to the corner in the Ice Bears zone, and we get a whistle for a slashing call.
Looks like we got a little Ice Bear power play coming up here.
Hopefully they'll announce that goal. They have not yet. Going into the penalty box will be Jackson Kritzer. So Kritzer goes. That means Missouri State on power play just number 5.
A lot of stick penalties today. You know, you got your hooks, your slashes, I'm not really sure why these guys are using their sticks as much. You know, nothing wrong with just putting a shoulder into somebody, but the lazy way out is using your stick.
Arkansas power play goal scored by number 88, Luke Gradisar. The assist to number 2, Alex DeGuire. Time of the goal, 10:22, third period.
So it is Gradisar's goal, as you heard. That's his 3rd of the season. The Ice Bears work the power play again, though, and now they have 1:31 remaining in it. Anderson behind the net. He gets some help from Cooley, swinging it to the corner, and it took a bad bounce right past Brown.
Arkansas penalty to number 24, Jack Kritzer, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 11:23, third period.
Here comes Nikita Salnikov. Down the middle, goes to the right, he shoots, it's blocked. Salnikov behind the net, grabs it himself. Trying to make it away to Chris Brown. They get it out to center, but Stovall, he'll chase it and bring it all the way down. 7:33 remaining. It's a 4-2 lead, and we get an Ice Bear slammed into the boards. We're going to get a penalty. Ice Bears get the goaltender out. It's touched up, and that was Anderson. And another penalty, a 2-man advantage.
That's a check from
47 seconds.
Completely unnecessary.
Stovall's going to go.
Sure he is. That was a pretty vulnerable spot. He saw Anderson going back. I hope Ando's going to be all right. Have Scott, our trainer, take a look at him. He's going back to retrieve the puck on a penalty kill for Arkansas. Iced the puck down. Found him with his numbers out. Hit him right square in the numbers. Right, obviously, check from behind. And that's the penalty that's being called as, I believe, Missouri State has called a timeout.
Yeah. That would
try
be
to set up a play with this 5-on-3 situation.
That would be a good thing to do at this point.
Yep.
Plus, it calms down the team. They just got a guy drilled into the boards, so let's calm down, not take any liberties here. So Do have one last question, Ryan, that we didn't get to.
All right, let's hear it. What do we got from the fans?
This is from David White. How many penalty minutes did Ryan Armstrong receive in his senior year for the Ice Bears?
4.
I don't know. I mean, I could look it up, but I don't have it.
I don't think you should look it up. I'm just going to go with 4.
All right, 4 it is.
No, it's weird because I referee. I used to be a coach. I used to be a player. I just don't know why I took a couple more penalties than I probably should have. Frustrated a lot of teammates. But I will say that the majority of the penalties that I took were coincidentals. I will say that as a fact. But yeah, probably. I'll just go with my answer is too many.
There you go. Ice Bears work the 2-man advantage for 42 seconds. High slot again is Bell. Crisscross. He shoots. Oh, and right on the doorstep. Not able to tip it in with Zane O'Brien. Now it's Cooley again. 33 seconds in the 2-man advantage. Goes to Chris Brown.
Arkansas penalty to number 8, Chris Stovall. 2 minutes for
with it.
elbowing.
Now a high slot
Time
once
of the
again.
penalty, 12:36.
Ice Bears over to Brown, left side. High slot once again to Bell. Now to the right side. It'll go to O'Brien to Bell, and it was missed shot by Bratton. The Ice Bears will set it up again. They bring it across the line to Cooley. Now to O'Brien. He waits, looking for the tip, and it went wide. To the point. Now it's a 1-man advantage. This is power play number 7 for Missouri State. Ice Bears work it with 6:30 to go in the 3rd period. They're up 4-2. Behind the net, Cooley tried to wrap it in front as Bell gets a shot that missed wide off the nice pass in front from Zane O'Brien. Puck is cleared out and all the way down, no icing. 54 seconds remains.
Trying to be a little too cute in the offensive zone, setting up plays. They're doing a good job of moving the puck around the perimeter. Not a good job of getting shots on net. Really need to try to put some of those through.
Back into the Arkansas zone. This will be touched for an icing call. 37 seconds remaining in the power play. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Face off to the right of Stevens. And off the draw, puck is cleared out to center. Racing hard for the Ice Bears is Derek Smith, not able to pick it up. Ice Bears do get a line change. And it's sent right back in as Arkansas will just drive it in with 23 seconds remaining in the power play for Missouri State. Colin Young, who got a goal in yesterday's game, the only forechecker. Ice Bears have it now. It'll go to Rubin across the line. Derek Smith fakes the shot. Power play has 8. It's Schumacher. Crisscross. Schumacher shoots. Pad save with 1 second. Oh, they didn't stop the clock fast enough, and the power play expired.
Okay. Go back to 5-on-5 hockey here then.
So 5:24 to go in the period. And we are now at 5-on-5. They're going to kick Kovacic off. So it'll be Rubin on now. And of course, the Ice Bears have to work different lines now as it's sent all the way down in off the stick of Salmon. 5:13 to go because Travis Barrett is serving. Well, he's got 2 seconds left in his penalties before the game is over. But here's the Ice Bears just tried to tip it and missed it in front. That changes up the lines a little bit. They have 2/3 of the B line now to the Ice Bears. Coming in is Gradisar. No, that's actually 98 Salmon. He'll work it into the corner. 4:49 to go. 4-2 Missouri State. Bell. Cooley has 2 and Kovacic. And for Arkansas, it's Madsen and Gradisar on the power play.
Looks like we're going to find ourselves on a penalty kill.
Yep,
again.
it's going to be another one against Missouri State. Interference will be the call. And Kovacic is arguing that he's going to go into the penalty box.
He can argue as much as he wants. He's not going to beat that one. Again, these guys, once they make up their mind on a call, the only thing you can do by talking to them is put yourself in more trouble with the possibility of a 10.
1-0 Missouri State, 52 seconds into the first period. Then it was 1-1, 2-1 Missouri State, 3-1, 4-1, and now 4-2 on Gradisar's power play goal halfway through the third period. We have 4:26 left, and this is power play number 8, I believe. Yeah, number 8 for Arkansas.
8 on the weekend.
No, 8 in this game. Yeah,
oh,
this is power play number 8. 4:10 to go. Remember, we had several two-man advantages.
That's true.
Behind the net, Derek Smith. Can he clear it? He does, all the way down. Missouri State with a small change on the back end. Arkansas, they actually did that too. Slowly, it's DeGuire. He's going to get it up
State
to center
penalty
ice.
to number 20, Andrew
It'll be tipped all the way down.
2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 15:25, third period.
It is Brown to clear it, and he gets it all the way down with 1 minute to go in the power play. Missouri State will change up their penalty killers. They bring Matt Matty on the ice now, along with Chris Brown, Rubin, and Anderson. 45 seconds remaining. Arkansas able to set it up. Yapello on the right, calling for it, but instead Stovall gives it now. Yapello will have it right side, drops down in low. Back to Yapello, tips it in front, saves Stevens, rebound loose. And it is taken away by the Ice Bears. They do manage to clear it all the way down, does Rubin. 3 minutes to go. Arkansas with a line change. And it is Rubin to break it up. Ice Bears send it in. We get somebody fell down in front. Couple of players collided. Oh,
that's number 16 for Arkansas, and that's Brennan Anderson down there.
Now we have a Ice Bear that came in a little bit late after.
We got Matt Matty. He's going to stand up for his teammate.
Yeah, that was
nice little punch to the face.
Yeah,
there from the Arkansas player.
We'll see who did that. That was Anderson. Stovall punched Anderson.
Marzola's all over that one, as is Erickson and Rogers. He's all over that one.
Well, we have the commissioner.
Oh, these aren't
Chris Perry.
These aren't crazy.
I mean,
he's got. It looks like he's got a 10 minutes, so he'll probably leave the game. At least a 10-minute misconduct for Stovall.
For the punch, yes.
For the punch, for sure. And I'm not sure if he had anything else on top of that, but you know, this is just pure frustration. This is what happens sometimes, and unfortunately, they let their emotions get the better of them and make dumb decisions. I'm not going to say by any means that Anderson was in the right, but neither was the Arkansas player. So I mean, it goes both ways. It's an emotional game. They let the emotions get the best of them. A couple things they could have done to prevent that, but you know, we are where we're at. Referees are going to make the call, and we'll find out where we stand. As of right now, though, we do have 10 seconds left to kill on Kovacic's interference penalty. It looks like Matt Matty has just been served up a 2-minute penalty, as I'm assuming number 12 for Arkansas will get the same thing. So I would assume we go 5-on-4, and then Anderson and Stovall are probably going to get 10s, but we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll hear from the public address announcer in a moment. But we get Matty with 2 minutes on. And that is deserved because he came in after. If it was the NHL, they don't have it anymore, but it would have been the third man in type penalty. Because he was the third man into. It wasn't an altercation, but both of those guys were kind of punching and jawing at each other.
Well, it was an altercation because there's a penalty called, but it wasn't a fight.
No. Yeah.
So it was an altercation, and it looks like 5-on-3, and Arkansas is going to take advantage of that even more so.
They're going to pull their goaltender.
And it's going to be 6-on-3 here for the next 10 seconds.
And this will be power play number 9, and immediately the Ice Bears do win it. And then once this is over, they'll still be on their 9th power play. Actually, I take that back. This will be power play number 10 because that is a fresh penalty. So DeGuire, he'll drop it down in low. It is Bell who couldn't pick it up. Now a shot that gets deflected as DeGuire sent it towards the net.
Hunter Saunders with another great block.
Here's Valentin in, save. Stevens, rebound loose. Stevens has it again, and he's able to cover up on it.
Yeah, surprised that last one made it all the way through, but it looks like DeGuire took that last shot from the point got it all the way through to Stevens. Stevens had the pad down, made an easy save, and then had to fight for the puck in front as there was a little bit of a melee, and puck was loose for a couple seconds. Marzolo, the referee, spotted that, let him play it out, finally gained control of it.
Off the draw, Gradisar and a block, and Hunter Saunders is down after that block. But you know what? Play stayed on. I thought it went out of play, but it didn't.
It almost hit the rafters. It hit Hunter Saunders' leg pad so hard it almost hit the ceiling.
Play stays going here. It's Chris Brown to deflect it, and an empty net. But now the Ice Bears get a man back, so it's a 6-on-5 with the empty net pulled.
6-on-4.
6-on-4, you're right. Yep.
Still serving one penalty from Matt Matty.
54 seconds remaining.
6-on-4 is an on-ice numerical number right now.
So at one point it was a 6-on-3 with the two-man advantage, but that expired after about 15 seconds. Up the middle, opportunity once again for Valentin, and it's stuffed by Stevens.
Great job by the defensemen, keeping the traffic to a minimum in front of Bailey, along with the forwards to kind of suck down low after that loose puck is spotted to make sure no one's creeping in for another tap in. So good job by everybody on the ice on that last one. 38 seconds left on this penalty.
Face-off win is important, but the Ice Bears can't do it. So it's sent down in low. Working it now is Salmon. Gets it over to the left side. Kerr comes in. He shoots, saves Stevens. Rebound. It's moved behind the net. A clear would be important for Missouri State, too. They do get to the puck. Do they clear it? They do, all the way down. This will be no icing. Salnikov races for the puck. He has it. Nikita Salnikov with an open net, trying to work through it, but the Ice Bears stay back. Salnikov's the only one that forechecked. 53 seconds to go in the period. 8 seconds remaining in the power play. Derek Smith, though, he gets Valentin to go by him. Now it comes up, and a blocker save as it came to Salmon. Power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5, but with the empty net and the pulled goaltender at 6-on-5.
Unfortunately, is going to be too many men for Missouri State. That is 6 players. When Matt Matty came out of the box, he went straight to the ice, as did somebody else from the bench. We had 6 players out there for about 3 seconds. Linesman spotted that. That is one of the few penalties a linesman can call, and he went ahead and made the call. Rightly so. We had possession of the puck. We played the puck. So we're going to get another penalty against us for too many men. 38 seconds left. They're going to keep their goalie pulled as we go back to 6-on-4 in favor of Arkansas.
And that's where it's so important to talk to the bench.
Oh, man, it's crucial. It's crucial, you know.
And the Ice Bears didn't have an opportunity, or understanding of what they wanted to do there. So now this is power play number 11. 28 seconds, though, left in the third period with a 4-2 lead for Missouri State. The Ice Bears with an empty net. They shoot. It's blocked. Did Bell. And now with 17 to go. It is an Ice Bear trying to push it out, and they do get it out, but that should have been a hand pass.
No, it went off the Arkansas player.
You're right. It did go off the player. It was close.
And then that empty net attempt was just
wide
for Salnikov and just missed at the very end by him. But you know what? I consider that a sweep weekend, and that is good in our books.
Missouri State takes the victory by a score of 4-2. 52 seconds. It is Bell to get the first goal of the game. His 7th of the season. Salnikov and Anderson in Missouri State takes a 1-0 lead. We'll actually show the highlights here for you. At 2:09 of the second, Madsen his 3rd, Kerr and Stovall. And it is a 1-1 contest in favor, well, nobody in favor of nobody, actually. And then Cooley comes back for Missouri State, his 9th of the season in the second at 9:31. Matty with the assist. And it is a 2-1 game. And Missouri State jumps back out on top. Then Andrew Kovacic gets his 12th of the season. Bell and Derek Smith. This one is a 3-1 contest. And Missouri State seems like they're rocking and rolling. Cooley says, I want another one. So he gets one top shelf up over the goaltender and in. And Missouri State now has a comfortable 4-1 lead. But then on the power play, Gradisar gets his 3rd of the season. Delisle with the assist, and that is the final score as Missouri State ends up with the victory here at the Jones Center. Our next broadcast, it will be Illinois State at Missouri State. That'll be 7 o'clock December 7th, live from MediaCom Ice Park. We hope that you'll join us for that. And a happy bunch of Bears fans are filing out. They're cheering the Ice Bears. And the cowbells that we used to sell, they're right here at the Jones Center.
They made their way down south.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Ryan, final thoughts as Missouri State on the power play. They go 0 for 7 and 1 for 11 are the Arkansas Razorbacks. The Ice Bears improved to 18-4-3 on the season. Arkansas 6-16 on the season.
You know, I think there was a lot of positives for sure in this game. Quick start was a great thing. Yesterday's game, we got off to a little bit of a slow start, so a quick start with that goal at 52 seconds in the game really helped. I think the guys, and then the penalty kill percentage today, even though it wasn't as good as it was last night, still very effective on keeping shots to the outside. So I think special teams had a little bit more work than they were planning on this weekend, but still a great weekend, a great series. Guys have nothing to be ashamed of. That was a great battle between two teams that really don't like each other. We're in the same league, we're in the same conference, we're our travel partners. This is our backdoor rival. So
it's the beginning of a great rivalry, and we hope to see you when Missouri State will host Illinois State next weekend, as will the Division III team. They will host McKendree. So all those games, 4, will be right here live on Web Sports Radio. We hope you'll tune in for that. That'll do it here from the Jones Center as Missouri State sweeps 5-1 yesterday and 4-2 today over Arkansas. I'm Steve Casson for Ryan Armstrong, for Chris Perry, our commissioner, for Kevin Thurlow, and anybody else I forgot. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your host, Steve Casson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.